Vulkan! Good morning! I have returned! I am back, ladies and gentlemen. How you guys doing? Is everyone doing okay today? Let's go! Oh! 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 Let us make some game development today, shall we? Oof.
Commit and push immediately, and then go back.
Make a good game and don't market it. The money will come to you.
True. Hello, my brothers. Good morning.
Countdown to next bad take, 30 seconds.
Hope you guys are doing good. How's it going today, you guys? Good morning. This is what I have for you today, my brothers. We have a map in the new resolution. What do you think about it? Good morning, you guys. Let me shout you out, my brothers. Good morning, in main return 0. Mr. Real Super Cool. Free Space, Noggy Boy, Shady 11. Good morning. Mr. Zend, oh, Kapushman, good morning. And Sevatoxin was waiting for me, man. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing good. When you're adding TTS on the channel points, so we can farm more clips? No, I'm not gonna do that. I did that before. Terrible idea. Father Guy did a good job, yeah. Took us some time to design this map. And now all that's left is, today, we're going to optimize this. Because I'll show you what the issue is, okay? I'll show you. When I spawn a lot of enemies, let me show you here. Then the game starts to lag. Watch it drop. So right now we have about 100 rats, close to 100 rats on screen. You can see how it's starting to slow down more and more. Really, really slowly. There we go. So this is what we're going to fix today. And we can toggle some option. Toggle option 13, for example. We can see where the game spends most of its time. And it is obviously in update game. And then in update entities. This function is the biggest one. Not the biggest one, but one big one. Update game is also taking 60 ms, which is a lot actually. The FPS counter does not update fast enough. It does not update fast enough, but that's what we have this for. So I think one of the big reasons for why this is because I'm doing collision detection too much. That's most likely what it is. And so yeah, that's what we're going to do today. Holy. Yes, that would be 16 to 17 FPS. Yeah, the FPS counter is a bit wrong here. Not sure exactly how that works. Do you plan to release the game in 2030? Yeah, 2030. Just wait, bro, okay? I'm going to try to release the game this year. And yes, so this is basically the result of the rework. What I'm doing now is I'm mixing two resolutions. For the UI, I'm using the old resolution to zoom it in a little bit and make it easier to read. Also, there's a lot more work to be done. Wait a minute. I don't think this is part of it, is it? Oh, it is actually, okay. I'm making sure that you guys can read everything. Like there are still some issues, like for example this here. But I think I want to keep the old UI zoomed in while the game is at a higher resolution. Looks good though, Cakez. Thank you, I appreciate it. Try to, bro, you got to. Yeah, I got to, but you know, you never know what life brings you. So I like saying try to instead of I'm going to do it, because usually you jinx yourself with that, and I just don't want to do that. So yeah, does look better. Ignore all my previous messages. Here is what it actually looks in comparison. I kept this. This is what it looks like comparatively. That is the old version. Let me zoom that in a bit more for you guys. This is the old version, and this is the new one. Let me do a screenshot here. There we go. Could do actually a better screenshot than that. This is what the comparison between the two. When you look at it side by side, I think number 2 clearly wins. So this is 640 by 360, and then and then this is 960 by, I think it is 800 and no, it's not 810. 500 and let me lie, 40. I don't know what the other resolution here is. I actually would have to take a look. But this is what the difference is. Which resolution do you guys like more? It's crazy how zoomed in this is in comparison, right? What a huge change. It really is a massive difference, isn't it? 540? What's stopping you from upscaling even more? No, that would be way too much work. I'm an old guy, I don't have much time, I want to play the full game before I die. My game is taking shape. This is crazy small. Yeah, this is crazy small comparatively, isn't it? Right? So let me make a poll, right? I want to know what you guys think. Um, 960 by 540 and 640 by 360. Let's do the poll for 5 minutes. So here we'll have a poll here. Which resolution do you like more? And I'll do another poll here as well. Hello Robin K gamedev, hope you're doing good. I'm watching without sound. Oh yeah, good morning man. Start a poll. Which resolution do you like more? 960 by 540 and 340 by 640 by 360. There we go. And I'll show you guys the difference again between the two. This is the difference between both of those. I feel like that the new resolution is a clear winner over the old. Honestly. Guys, the old one was the best. I like the new one. What about scrolling maps? Scrolling maps... No, I don't want to do that. Isn't the previous iteration was this the big then because of a video you changed it? But the reason why I changed the resolution this time is because I was taking a look at my game and the problems I had, and the old resolution was making it much harder to design the maps the way I want them. The game looks better and more interesting every time I come to your stream. You're making good progress. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Have you tested 1080p? No, 1920. I don't want to do 1920. I don't want to zoom it out even more. That is too much. The new one looks better, yes? The new one is a good way to hide your terrible pixel art. Ah, it's not that bad, bro. It looks so cozy. So, if I open the new version on a monitor that supports 1440p, the game would be scaled by 2.66 and it would look bad. I don't know, probably. above. I will have to do subpixel rendering for that, most likely, or find a better solution. Because I don't have an engine like Unity, obviously. So yeah, probably. I think 960 is much better, but the pixel art needs to step up this. I think it's good enough, pixel art wise for now. Hello there, my man. Good morning, Dave. Good morning. Hope you're doing good. 1080p is a bit old. Most newer monitors support the native 1080p or more. Yeah, I know. But we'll just see, right? We'll just have to see. They chose a bad monitor, so it's their fault. You can do finite details on the trees, yes. Yeah, I mean, that will change. But yeah, okay. Let's get back into it. So essentially the problem that I have is performance now. And so we do need to do something about that. And so today I thought we will start with spatial partitioning. Basically chunking slicing the world up into chunks and then only looking for enemies in a chunk rather than all of the enemies. Because I'm pretty sure that when I'm updating the game, most of the time is spent on that. So I did a very sleepy performance check yesterday, and this is what it looked like. Most of the time is spent in the operator minus and the operator plus, and this is the breakdown. Get closest point on line gets called a lot, point in ellipse gets called a lot, and get closest point on line. I don't know why. Maybe that's two different call locations. But it does look the same. So, get closest point on line. I think that's the first part that we could take a look at. Get closest point on line. Where's this called? It's called from all of the paths. Here, wait, so we have that function. How many times do I call this? 2 times. And so here is false, so this never happens. The changes for me are lacking, like a Song of Conquest. Time for collision detection on the GPU. Could add more trees and crap around the edges to avoid scaling on higher resolutions. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing to Mr. Ritzicide, yeah. For example. Okay, so it looks like the only get closest point on line call is this, and that shouldn't even be called. Look for hero to attack. Ah, I see. Is hero on road? I see. I understand now. Okay. So it's calling this function to test if the hero is on the road. And then that function is a big one because it calls all of this stuff. So that's already a big one that we can avoid. Cache the result. Yeah, I'll just, the moment I place a hero, I'm just going to give the hero a component, the on-road component or something. We'll do that first, and then we'll see how much the FPS improves. Does he have the component on the road? Component on road. And yeah, also, guys, there's another question. I guess I'll ask it now. Yeah, I'm reading, okay. Basically, we have... Mr. Rico asks if he can be unbanned. So what do you guys think? I want to do a poll. I'm pretty sure most of you guys would like to unban him. So I'm gonna do another poll. Would you guys like to unban Rico? Like, he actually asked, and yeah. Like, it's not like a joke or something, he generally asks, so... As long as he's nice, I have nothing to get, nothing against it, right? How many bans has he had? Permanent ban 1. Unban and mod. So most of you guys want to unban him, by the way. I'll probably do it. 3 no voters, crazy. But under the condition that he stops being so toxic. Because many of his messages were toxic, and I just do not want to deal with that. That's the honest truth. It's taking time away from making the game, and it is just distracting. No, WhatsApp. I'm not getting into that discussion. Toxic means what toxic means. So it's obvious what toxic means. So let's see here. So component on road. Let me quickly do that. Can hero be placed? We're asking this, and then if we are clicking and we are placing the hero, then we do... Does that return a hero? Oh, I see. It returns one, but we do hero data dot... I see. If it's on the road, spawn hero. Yeah. Hey, bro. Bro, go on it. Okay, sorry. Hero index length squared neighbor distance. Blah blah blah. Oh wait. Check how many neighbors. So that's bad. Yeah. Hero data dot. Wait, is hero on road? Hero data. If the hero is on the road, then we add the components. Component on road. Lemao is so vague? No, it's not vague. Toxic is toxic. It's not difficult to understand, bro. When you attack a person, that's toxic. When you don't like something, you start complaining and you attack the person, blah, 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 and you just don't stop when people tell you to stop. That's toxic. So I'm not getting into that discussion. You can look it up in a dictionary if you want to. I'm pretty sure a normal human being will understand what toxic is. And so I'm not going to do that work for you, my brother. You're going to do that yourself. It's quite simple to understand what toxic is. But yeah, anyways, we're not getting into the negative discussions here, blah, blah, blah. Now, is the hero on the road? We are only asking this. If the hero does not have the component, we don't need to ask that here. How about this? Goodness, man. Now we're keeping it const here. And then here we are just checking, well, if the hero, the target dot components and component on road. And then we don't. Fine. Yes, yeah, okay. She needs to mop the floor and whatever that is called now, obviously. Then telling the truth is not toxic by your definition. I count on you that then. No, telling the truth has never been toxic, but attacking a character, which many people have done, is toxic. And so, I don't know why we have a discussion about that. You're the only person asking this. So maybe you need to think about that yourself, bro. Anyways, not gonna lie, Cakez, you are kind of toxic. In what way, Nicholas? Tell me, how am I toxic? Cakez, you just need to say toxic means I find it toxic. No? Anyways, guys, so let's see if the FPS increases. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. We have the vacuum cleaner running like crazy. Let me see here. So let's get some more stuff here. More heroes. Wait, control you. Give me some money. Okay, let's do some more heroes and let's see how the FPS handles that. We can hear you just fine. Was? Oi! Hello, Zoe! Okay, I'll unban Rico after that. You say the truth in a toxic, non-toxic way. That is already much better than before. So that little change almost tripled our FPS from 60 to 200, but it doesn't work. Because this guy was getting attacked while he should not have been attacked. Because this guy is not on the road. This guy is on the road. He's not on the road here. So that means the component does not work properly. Wait, can hero be placed? Keys down, spawn hero. If the hero is on the road, it adds the component on the road. So none of this. Pico told you you're hiring developer. Okay, I'm gonna ban you. I'm not gonna get into a discussion. You're literally opening up a discussion from the past. I don't give a shit about your opinion on that. Leave me alone with this dumb stuff. Okay, we've had that discussion before. I'm not getting into that again. It's actually triggering me a lot. Toxic is toxic. When I say stop, stop. And I told you to stop. You don't stop. I ask you a question. Actually, Nicholas, you didn't answer my question. So don't get me fired up. It's actually making me mad. Usually I don't... you're not first time streamer either. So wrong. Usually I don't get triggered often. But this stuff triggers me a lot. So you just don't. Take a break, go away. Think about it, come back. You sent it before you said stop? No, I did not. I said it like 5 minutes ago. Anyways, so this doesn't work for some reason. It's not adding this for some reason here. So the hero is... Why not? Hey baby. The game zoomed out. Looks everything looks more. Yeah. We zoomed it out. Ey du. Das ist genug. Ich habe genug reingetan. Jetzt hast du zu viel gemacht. Viel. My wife just doesn't trust me. I prepared something for her to mop the floor. I put in like the cleaner, and now she puts in more. Hey Magetza, hope you're doing good, man.
Cakez.
Good morning, bro. Okay. Why not? Is hero on road? Hero data. Spawned heroes add. Hero. Maybe I should do it here? Let's just test this if check here. Wait, no, not here.
Hello.
Put it on this. We do that. 999. There comes a point when I think people are just trying to make you angry. I love the memes, but the checklist would annoy any normal person. Yeah, it's getting really annoying that people just can't stop, right? I appreciate it, man. No, like, it's a done thing. Don't open up old stuff, right? Really, like, people are just wanting to argue for some reason. Just takes away from the game development, guys, okay? And so, I think Mr. Nicholas, ja? Ja, ich kann sie kurz halten. Komm mal her. Komm mal her, du. Okay, Mr. Sir. Yeah, good morning. By the way, following since April. Good morning. Hope you're doing good, man. Thank you very much for following. Not gonna lie, Cakes, you're kinda toxic, you know? If this was an Asmongold stream and you don't answer after I ask you how I'm being toxic, he would just ban you, right? I wanna know, like real talk for a second. When you say that, just give me an example, because I'm always open to criticism, right? When you say that I am that, right? Because I I want this to be about game development and not like being mad or whatever, right? And so I'm always looking to see where I go wrong when I do stuff wrong, right? Because I don't want to hurt people, especially not when it's about others making games too. And so I see the stream as us getting better together in making games. That's how I see it. Okay, so why is this not? Let's see, is the hero on the road? He should not be on the road. Oh wait, he actually is not on the road. Okay. This one is on the road. Okay, yeah. And maybe the look for hero... Wait. Look for... hero... Zoe, stop. Hero... To attack, Control W. So maybe I have to do it in a different way. Ah, I see. When it doesn't have the component. So basically I need to invert it so that I don't attack heroes on the road. I attack them when... off the road, sorry. I attack them only when they're on. So this was just inverted, so that should work fine now. It didn't answer your question because it provokes negativity, but that's just toxic. Instead of just banning what you don't like for an hour, you can start being negative, and you can start being negative and ruin the mood for yourself and others. And that's just it. Wait, I didn't answer your question because it provokes negativity, and that's just toxic. Instead of banning what you don't like for an hour, you can start being negative. Huh? Zoe! Oi! Hey, I don't understand. Hey? Sorry, I was writing through a translator. In short, you can just ban what you don't like and not argue. Yeah, that's true. I just did. But I wanted to like know, right? I think I just did though. But yeah. Zoe, I need that to speak. Hey. Zoe, stop. Oi. Zoe. 9. Goodness! Zoe! Stop! You're getting better, way better at not letting the same 3 people run the stream? Yeah, I'm trying. It's not easy, I have to say. Sometimes it is really difficult not to get triggered sometimes, because it is sometimes long people that have been watching for a long time, right? And it just feels like they do this just to, I don't know. It's a bit sad, because they've been here for a long time. Okay, kannst du sie jetzt bitte nehmen? Noch Bart? Okay. Ha? Hey, wirklich, aber das nicht jetzt unbedingt jetzt. Sonst wird das wieder zu spät. I'm being held hostage, actually. I'm being held hostage. I can't... do you use an ECS? No, I just use an entity structure. But today we are going to change the heroes and enemies are the same. Yeah, big struggle is more than enough, yeah. I use grid map for the last 30 days. 18,000 enemy physical objects run on 500 FPS. Grid map, so basically like a chunking system, right? How old is the baby? 11 months. Approaching first year. Stop it, Zoe. Come on, Zoe, I gotta work. Your mama's taking too long. I have a 40-month one. Is she already able to walk? He or she? Ah! Okay. Good to know. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Yeah. No, not walking yet. It takes a long time until they can walk, right? It's crazy. Okay. Now, I think I need to do a git commit and push, but we now need to chunk up the game. And actually, I want to do another, before we do that, I want to do another test on the performance. We're very sleepy. Okay. Okay. You should add a vacuum cleaner that Tangy that pulls enemies. Yeah, that's actually a cool idea, true. All right, let's see here. Let me do this. So. Very sleepy. So how do we do this? Can I just new? No, that's just a new window. I guess that's fine. Okay, and then we let this run. And we start sampling. But it already runs much better than before. Look at this. What a huge difference. I can now do all of these enemies. Well, let's do some more stuff here. I wonder if this has a different... if that changes anything. But look, it's quite stable. That is 200 frames per second. Being CPU... We are now CPU bound, by the way. This causes us to be CPU bound. I mean, that's still okay. Need more stress in the stress test. So let's see the result of very sleepy. Where do we spend most of our time? Draw background, actually.
Am I so out of
Line
touch?
intersection. Okay.
No.
Why Sven just subscribe?
Oh, why Sven? I appreciate it, man.
Bound.
What is the change you did that gave that performance boost? Every time an enemy looks for a hero to attack, what they do is they loop over all of the heroes and then they call... is the hero on the road if I am a melee target? So I'm a melee target, I can only attack units on the road. I'm checking this function, and this function does a lot of computational stuff with every path. Is the hero on the path? Get the path closest point on the line. And all of this stuff, I'm now caching this result rather than doing that. And when we eventually use placement indicators where I force the placement in certain slots and I'm testing that out, it will be even easier and faster. Now I feel like the best way to start is to generate the chunks. No, Zoe, not this, please. Thank you very much for subscribing, Maisman. I appreciate it. How can you tell it's CPU bound, sir? Oh, because the GPU doesn't do more. And also, I can look at this toggle option. 13. I can look at this, and then when I start the game, right? Let's say from here, we can see where the time is spent. Oh wow, it's actually Yeah, so update. Wow, what a huge
Demo
difference.
Check.
That is
Mixed
like
review. Check.
20x
Doesn't
improvement.
work on
Update game is
AMD.
only 2 now.
Check.
Damn.
Unbalanced game. Check.
It's crazy. Wait a
UI
minute.
bugs. Check. Yapping
Step
all
debugging?
day. Check.
It's definitely, it's gotta be CPU bound, yeah. It's gotta be. So I can show you why. Let me show you. Draw. Background. This is one of the biggest functions, return. I tested that yesterday. If I don't draw the background, the FPS will, if it doesn't increase, it does increase. So the background does a lot already with this, but when I unhold the game, if that makes sense, and I play, it's still gonna go down to, well, that's crazy. Oh, interesting. I mean, it's now also restarting though, so 1.6, 1.7 is actually quite good. Do we still need to do a... We still need to do a... I mean, we'll still do it. It's fine. What does the background even do? It's the entire game background, the tiles. And so I thought about caching that. But first we do a chunking system. A toggle option 13. Which we don't really need right now, but since I advertised the stream as we doing a chunking system, might as well do one now, right? Because I don't want to come off as like a liar. So git add dot. And so guys, do I have a mod here? Is AQ here? No, he's not. Is a mod here? Probably not, right? So I'm gonna have to ask, how do I unban people, guys? I don't know, actually. Streaming into create a dashboard. Community, maybe? You just type unban/unban. Remove a user from your block list. Oh, unban. Yeah, okay. Does anyone have the username of Rico, the actual one? Okay. 20 Rico. Okay, 20 Rico. 20 Rico. Okay, it's gone now. Good. Good, it's gone now, so we can move on. Okay, so now what we want to do today is do a chunking system. So git commit -m, new resolution. Is done. Hi, good morning, Brandon. Good push. I like TCap. He has spine and big dick energy. Well, that's great. And you've been toxic all day today. I'm gonna ban you for the rest of the day. Goodbye. I'm tired of listening to you. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. Bye bye, bro. Then go watch TCap, okay? Holy, what's wrong with this guy today? Not sure. So, let's move on. I want to do a chunking system. And in order to do that, I need to put the enemies into a chunk, into a grid. And so I think that the best thing to do would be in the game stage. And instead of having an array of enemies, I hope this works. Zoe! Be careful, you're gonna hurt yourself, Zoe. Yeah, so it's good. You want to have something to play. Here. Here you go. Now, the reason why he got banned is because he again attacked my character. Basically, he said, I don't have a spine. Basically means I don't stand to my word and stuff like that. It's like an attack on the character. And so he was confused as to what that means to be toxic. He just found it out himself. So. Let me see. Enemies, we need a chunk. Can I just do an two-dimensional array of... an array of enemies like that? And then let's say in each chunk we can have at most 100 enemies. So then how is the world divided here? Into what? Yeah, that's what he said, and I'm gonna ban you too for 10 minutes. Here we go. Okay. What happened that Ritu got... he asked if he could be unbanned, and so I'm open to do it, of course. I really like him. No, just I'm tired of the toxicity, you know? It's like, everything I do is negative, then why don't... when you don't like what I do, the reactions, the stream, the coding, the game development content, leave. Instead of complaining. Don't care. Right? And so, yeah, let's just move on. What we need to do here is create chunks. And so I thought about this, right? I made a thumbnail. Is it still open? Here. So I thought about that many chunks. What do you guys think? Or is that too little? So it's 4x3. Never understood why people hate watching. Yeah, me too. Me neither. Just don't watch, right? I understood it myself a little bit. When I was watching Quinn69. But I realized when I got mad, the best solution is to just leave the stream and watch something else. Because you can't agree with the stream all the time, right? I think it should be more. Yeah, I think maybe doubling it? Wait, let me see. So that is 4x3, right? So let's open up a calculator. Because this goes up fast. 4 times 3 is 12 times... Oi! She's so cute. She's like looking at what I do. Oh. This is basically worthless. At least double per dimension. Really? And then how many in there? So let's say double per dimension, right? 8 times... Really? Okay. Let me see. So 8 times 6, you say. 48. And then how many enemies in each chunk? 100? That's 4,000, man. Do square chunks in world units? I think it's fine, bro. Sakaza. Why would I do square chunks? At this point, would it not be easier to implement an already written spatial resolution? I have it unlimited per chunk with Special Q-Tech. Kannst du sie jetzt bitte nehmen? Bruh, please. In my RTS it was 16 per tile max. So basically you have it per tile. Special tech called a dynamic array. No, I don't think he had a dynamic array. You guys think I should... How many chunks do I have in the Vampire Survivors clone? Let me see here. She's going to be a great C++ dev. Right now she's eating a USB stick. Zoe. Don't eat that. Don't eat USB sticks, okay? Oh ja, Vampire Survivors. Let me see. Spielentwickler. Vampire Survivors clone. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna ask my wife because this is really distracting. And I really want to do great content, but if that happens... Komm hier, meine Süße. Ja. Ja, ja, ja. Schatz, ich glaube, sie hat Anna gemacht. All right. Let's go. Now we can finally work. A massive chunk don't solve the problem. Single attack circle would overlap with multiple of them, which is half the world. I see. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. How much do I have here? It's called get chunk or something. Get chunk offset. Map chunk tile count 15. Oh, I had a lot there. Max enemies per chunk. Oh, I had quite a lot actually. Okay. Fine. Then we'll do... You guys are saying I should do way more. And I don't think it's a big change if I do rectangular chunks over square chunks, right? Can someone give me a good reason to use square chunks? Do you make your own pixel art? Yeah, I am. How's kindergarten going? I meant for Zoe, not you. Jonathan Smith, thanks for asking. I'm not going to the kindergarten, and Zoe is going in next month, actually, I think, or the month after that, because it's square. Wait, that's the only reason. I have a no, Zakaza. I don't have a circle in the game. I have an ellipse.
Hope you have a good time, Cakez and chat Pepe Neil.
Because your screen is a rectangle. So I'm just gonna do like that. Squares are easier to compute. Guys, I need to do ellipse square anyways. So this is the type of collision I have in my game. Oopsie. There we go. Hey, I clicked on this, bruh. In a game I have ellipses for attack range circuits. And so then if I use a chunk, for example, chunking system like this, I would need to do ellipse rectangle anyways. And so I will probably have to do something with that. I don't know how computationally expensive this is, because I need to literally get all of the chunks in a simple way. Now it's probably easier to do... Yeah. But we're telling you eons ago that you should use a grid for your game. I don't want to use a grid, man. Like, listen, if other games can be reasonably fast and they don't have a grid, then I just don't want to do that. I know what eons means. It's basically a long time ago, even before the dinosaurs, okay? I know that. I understand, bro, okay? It's not kappa. Alright, okay, so... I'm feeling like... Bro. Please loop. Is this even from the playlist? It is. Okay, good. This lol guy is kinda toxic. Yeah, he is, right? Assuming that I'm dumb. Isn't your game already heavily optimized? Why do you keep worrying about it? It's not. Here, I'll show you. But let's just not spend... Where's my game? Here. I was working on this. So, you guys are saying... Let's do this again. 960. Divide that by 16. That is 60 tiles, guys. Should I really do that? What would be a very fast way to get the chunks that are overlapping with my circle or ellipse? What is a fast way? Right now, the task is I want to get all rectangles that overlap. How do I get that? Can't you just add the cache? Add it to the cache when you put it on the path. Then you don't have to calculate it during collision. You just look at the cache. Yeah, I did that already. Looking answer. Hey, my man, Athana, appreciate it, bro. Thank you, man. Hope you're doing good. My man. Quad tree. Distance check to grid center. I think the easiest way is to check if a point is inside an ellipse. So for each of those grids, I have points. And if one of those 4 corners is touching the ellipse, then that means we are inside it. And we need to take that chunk into account. I think that's what we need to do. Wrong? No, I think that works. If a point of a rectangle is inside the ellipse, I need to take a look. Because the lines cross each other. If one point is inside and another point is outside, you can extend from the grid edge without containing any points. It can extend from the grid's edge. I see what you mean. The radius of the enemy outside could also extend into my ellipse. So what you are saying is I could have an enemy in, let's say, let's extend the grid here a little bit. Let's say this is a little bit more, huh? Let me see. Okay, then how do we do that? That is the question, right? So I guess what I would need to just draw a circle that only overlaps with the edge, not the points. That doesn't work. Let me see. So this is extended now, the grid. We extended that a bit. And we have an enemy here to the right that, let's say, is in this position. And they have... Actually, let's put him in this position here. And their circle is actually overlapping with our ellipse, but we are not looking at this grid position here. So how do we solve that issue? They are overlapping and this guy could be attacked by this ellipse. How do we know that? Do I just arbitrarily extend my grid by 2 in each dimension? Use the width and height of the ellipse to find possible squares, then check the corner. Approximate the circle / ellipse to the rectangle. Use the width and the height of the ellipse to find possible squares. Then check corner only for the corner ones, since they might not be in. What? Then check corner only for the corner ones. What? What's the goal, sir? Optimization. So this is an attack. ellipse that deals AoE damage. And this is a unit that might be that is inside the AoE, and we are trying to get all of the grid or all of the chunks that contain these. Any points within the radius, then search the squares. Any points within the radius? Then search the... But we have... Like, the enemy is in this chunk here. I don't understand the corner things too, Shade 11. But Riddle Superco understood. I don't know. I mean, I can use a unified range, but some enemies have a bigger range than others. Draw a rectangle with the width and a height. You get most of the squares. Oh, you mean for this one here? I draw a rectangle here. With this. And then for each of the edge points, I take all of the chunks that are overlapping with this. I would just use squares for now. Why? I still don't understand why squares. And, but the enemy is in this chunk right here. It's not connected to those. And what you are saying is I should extend this by one row and column? Is that what you mean? So, for example, I take this. And I just extend that, because it could be... There could be an enemy that is close in here. I just make a function, get enemies for ellipse position range. Yeah, what does it return? Pointers? An array of pointers? An array of IDs? From position and range, you calculate the rectangle. You use that rectangle to get the squares, min and max, and return all enemies. I return an array of IDs. The problem with this is it would return me, the function would return me this here. That's what the function would return me, the green one. And so it would not cover the enemy outside. So your function is wrong then, super cool. Your function would return this. What? Yeah, guys. Yeah. Are you finding what's inside? If I find what's inside, then why do I need the chunks? Then I need to loop over all enemies anyways. So if this is another one here, I need to loop over that one too. So now I'm looping over enemies instead of chunks. I don't understand. Maybe I just don't understand how you guys would compute that, but I'm looking at the chunks. Mach die Tür zu, bitte. Like, guys, the reason to use a chunking system is that you look at the chunks and then the enemies. You're not looking at all the enemies. You first look at the chunks to find a subset of the enemies. And so, if I were to look at the chunks first, I would get this green box because these are the chunks that overlap with this circle. And it would miss the orange one. And I should probably make this red because this is really difficult to see. So this is an enemy that is outside the green box, but is inside the ellipse. In the RTS, I assigned each enemy only to one tile chunk. in my get enemy function, I extended the search position plus the radius with the maximum enemy radius. That's what I mean. Thank you so much. So that's exactly what I mean. So essentially, what you are saying is I'm extending this box here by the maximum radius I have for the enemy. And so I somewhere in my code, I store this distance here. This part right here is the maximum radius that I store that I need to extend this by. Yes. In X direction and then elliptical in Y direction. And so now I just... If I extend this, then at that point I can just use point in ellipse. So that begs the question, guys. This way of doing it, right, is very inefficient, isn't it? Because now when I do an attack range circle, right, like an AoE attack, look how many points, the red points, I need to check in order to understand where this AoE attack is coming from, or where it is positioned. You don't check any points, brother? Wait, so what you're saying is this? No points? So what you guys are saying is I don't check the points, but I take the location here and I add in the range based on double the radius, like based on this radius plus this radius, and then I just do, okay, so if I get the index once, index here, I get that one. God damn, is that bad? Wait a minute. I'm just gonna make it a bit smaller here. So I check the, oh wow, I check the index. My God! Sorry, I apologize. I'm gonna make it better. I get the index once. Now I know how I see what you guys mean, and now it makes it easier to if I have quads, it makes it easier to add to the range, right? So basically, if I have an AoE here, I go based on the radius up, and I go based on the width to the right and to the left, and then I generate a min-max value. That's what I return, and then I can loop over those quads. You do division by chunk size, floor and nearest chunk edge. Yeah, essentially that. Okay, okay, thank you guys. So, okay, so that does make it more efficient then. Yes, it returns me a range and a subset of enemies. Okay, let's do that. All right, so then how many do we do here? Do we divide this by the tile size? So 60. By... what is my width and height? Let's look at this. 540. 540 divided by 16. So basically on the tiles. Ah, damn it. So what is it then? 34. 34. So basically 60 by 34? Damn. Okay. You think that's the best thing to do, to have a lot of tiles? Guys? So 60 by 34. And we definitely need those values as constants somewhere, right? So chunk rows and chunk columns, I think. Important thing to store the enemy IDs in chunks instead of the direct data. Otherwise you pay too much by moving data between chunks. Oh, I see. Okay, a quarter. Thank you very much for following, man. You can check grids and Collider. Okay, so you guys are saying I should just put the IDs in there? Really? Huh. An array of IDs. Mein Schatz, jemand ist an der Tür. Wer ist das? Oh. Not always true. Would a pointer not work equally well here? A pointer. If I update it every frame? No. The reason why a pointer won't work... Actually, I think it does work, yes. Because when I call update entities, that's also when I delete the enemies. And when I delete an enemy, basically what happens in an array, right? If this is the array for the enemies, and let's say one of the enemies died. Let's say this enemy died. I take the last enemy and I move it into this slot. But if I do this cleanup here once and after that I put them into the chunks, then that should be fine. Because I'd never delete an enemy while when I kill an enemy, I just mark them as dead. The cleanup happens once. And so I think that's I got lucky there with my design. Cool. Okay, let's see. So where do we put this? Const expression. We need those two. Const expression int chunk columns, which columns was 34. Wait, columns was 60. And chunk rows, which I think it was 34. Okay, cool. Now we need. Oops, what did I just do? What did I just? Okay, I turned that to 2. Now we need a function somewhere high up in the game. That basically gives us the grid position. Oh, we also need the grid size, right? So chunk const expression. Is it a vector 2? Chunk size? Or like a float? I think a float is better, right? Chunk size. 16, of course. Good, cool. Install driver? Okay, fine, we'll try that.
Let's make progress, you guys. Hell yeah, bro.
Nice. What does restart mean? My computer? Or Steam? I was there, yeah, you were. This is ridiculous.
It was a great game.
Steam? I knew this was gonna happen!
What am I doing? Oh yeah, we need a function. This is all data. These are all the power-ups. Might as well just flop them together. Target to string, effect to string, target prior. I suppose if you use an ID array that is in the L1 cache and your enemy objects fit in the L2 cache, it could work. But better if your enemy array fits in the L1 cache completely. Probably won't. It's a ginormous man. I don't think it will fit, to be honest.
Das ist super cool. I don't think it will fit, my brother. Let's make progress, yes! Du kannst das benutzen, ja? Wenn du was Leckeres zu essen machst. Für Zoe? Okay, ja gut. Fine. Fine. Here's the functions. I need a function that is a index, right? An I vector 2 get chunk chords. It takes in a vector 2 position and then it just returns the position.x divided by the chunk size and the position.y divided by the chunk size. Clamped. You know what? I'm just gonna... we don't need to do it. X position is clamp position.x divided by chunk size. And then this is supposed to be an int here. And it needs to be clamped to 0 and chunk columns. And then int y position is clamp int position.y divided by chunk size.
between 0 and chunk rows. And then we just return X position and Y position. There we go. For some reason this complains. I would love to understand why. Oh, I see. This is a float. Well, then we turn this into an int. Am I too warm? I am. It's just too warm. Hello there, Mr. Azen. I missed it. Do we now sacrifice precision for performance? No, no, no. We will not sacrifice any precision, actually. Okay, and what you guys are saying is that struct game state, we should not have a chunked enemies array like this, but we should have an array of IDs, or I think it's UIDs, of enemies in chunks. Is that what you guys are saying? And then per chunk, since it's 16 by 16, let's say at most they have 20. That's what you guys are saying. A two-dimensional array of arrays of enemy IDs. Fixed array is trash. I have no other way of doing that, Mr. Zakaza, right now. So I can right now I cannot do it any other way, unfortunately. It is a lot of wasted memory, but if it's a performance increase, then that's fine for now, and I'll figure out a better solution later. I'll do 30 for now. Guys, I know it's bad, but I don't have a better solution right now, you know. And so we'll do it like this for now. And now this is where we do the update entities. Update entities, cool. So, it's fine if enemies look for heroes, because they're not gonna be that many heroes. Enemies. So, every enemy that is dead, we're gonna do something with this. If we update the enemy, here, I think that's the best place. I think that's actually the best place. So we, at the end, do we return here though? Let me see, do I read break? As long as I don't have a return in this function, we are good. Continue. Good. No, actually we're not done yet. Never mind. As long as there is no return, and I don't think I've seen one, that means at the end here, after we are done with updating the position and stuff like that, size of UUDA ID is 8, then it's aka1 sound effect. It's only 432 kilobytes. Yeah, it's not gonna be that much, but okay. So basically, place into chunk. Very simple. We get an I vector 2 chunk index, which is get chunk coordinates, or chunk coordinates. I think that's better. Chunk coordinates from the enemy dot position origin. There we go. Okay. And then game state chunk enemies in chunks. This is, by the way, a terrible name, but dot on chunk coordinates x and chunk coordinates y dot add enemy dot id. There we go. Good. Now this will toss an error if the array is full, of course. Hopefully that does not happen, but we'll see. And enemies in chunks. So enemies in chunks. There we go. And whenever we update entities, when we update the enemies, we do for int x is 0, x is less than chunk columns x plus plus, And then we need another for loop for y. And then this is rows. Oopsie. Over here. And then game state, enemy chunks, enemies in chunks on. So this is, what do we have that here? Columns and rows. I feel like it's wrong. So x and y dot clear. So basically this clears the array. Clear chunks. There we go. Okay, so now that we have this, we have enemies in chunks. Now we need a function to get all of the enemies inside a chunk. So for example, let's do the look for enemy to attack. Or no, actually for look for enemy to attack, that takes... Oh, we also need a maximum radius for enemies, the highest radius. Which... I got an idea on how to do that. Game struct game state here. So basically we do a level state even. On the level state we can have a float max enemy radius. Shit. We have a small problem, guys. Cause some projectiles target the rectangular collider and some others target the radius. So the rectangular collider needs to be taken into account too. At least for elliptical collision it's fine. For rectangular collision, colliding projectiles, that's gotta be a bit different. So let's see, max enemy radius and then float max enemy width and then float max enemy height. There we go. And so these three values will be assigned on spawn enemy. Huh? Spawn enemy. There's a spawn enemy function, man. Okay, sorry. Apologize. Here. Warning, assert crash, return enemy. Here. Basically, if game state level state dot max enemy height is less than enemy dot rect collider dot height dot size dot y, then we cache that. Hello, Mr. Yova. Good morning, man. How you doing, bro? Good morning. And then we do the same for width. And in this case, we do size X. And then the last one is the height. Wait, no, it's the radius. Sorry. So these two are done. And then if game state level state dot max enemy radius is less than enemy ground collider radius, then, well, we'll assign it. And that's it. I technically completed the game loop yesterday. Oh, that's great. Making a lot of progress on my gamer. Congratulations, bro. That's nice. Really cool. Maybe extract that to a separate method. Clear chunks, easier to find when changes are needed. Sure, that's a good idea. I'll do this for now. Because right now I don't need a function. But I'll do this. Update entities. And then I actually have clear chunks, and we can do clear chunks. So then I can find it. That's how I would search it as well. And I might as well even put this into its own scope. So we can see that. Hello, Mr. Cakez. Good morning, man. All right, so now that we have this, I think the best way to check look for enemies is, where do we do the first optimization?
Where do we do that? We need an example. So for example, I'm looking for an enemy to attack. I think in that function. Here. Right now I'm looping over all enemies. So how would we do this? We are doing this optimization because the game slows down to less than 500 FPS. I'll show you. Not sure what this is about, but okay. Anyways, so this one right here. The toggle option. So let's just see what it looks like right now when we're spawning a bunch of these. Yeah, we're getting down to 200. And so it is slowing down for sure. And so, why do you need your game to run at 500 FPS? I need my game to run smoothly on old systems. If my game runs... Yeah, I can place more tangerines on the path, sure. If my game runs reasonably fast on my computer, then on an old laptop, this simple game does not run at all. And so I want to avoid that. So for example, on the working laptop for me, my game only runs at 50 frames per second. It's really slow. And I feel like the game should run, especially such a simple game. If you were to ship such a game from Unity to laptop, for example, my working laptop, it would run much faster. And so obviously, I need to make sure that I stay competitive performance-wise, because that is actually the reason why I did it. Why I learned C++. Oh god. This war of enemies! The armies! Damn. Let's test. I can do that on the laptop. This is already very good. Yeah, this is already very good. I agree, yeah. Some reds are cheating. No, not all the reds will be blocked by the blockers here. But okay, so now that we have the chunking system, I think the best way is looking for an enemy to attack. And this is the function. Is the enemy in range? I think here. So basically it gets the attack radius, the ellipse and the ground collider and stuff like that. Here is where we need to where we need to iterate over the chunks and see how we do that. So we have the attacking ellipse and we need to extend that attacking ellipse by the maximum ground collider. And then we're looking for, not gonna lie, the swam of reds looked cool, better than regular red waves. I thought so too yesterday when I did that, Mr. Super Cool, yeah. I think it looks actually really cool, yeah. So you wanna see something cool too, man? Let me show you. Oh, wait. This, right? I'll show you. It looked really cool yesterday, man. Watch this. I was so happy when I saw this. It definitely looks great. What do you? And you know, also this ability is now much more usable than before, because it looks so funny. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. It does actually look much better to play against right now. Boom, 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 right? And now I can have like swarms of enemies. That's what I thought yesterday. I'm like, okay, well, let me just make the game about swarming, right? The game will be massive amounts of enemies coming and I need to defend against them, right? And so this is, I think, much more marketable than before. Maybe get rid of goblins? No, I will just spawn a gazillion goblins later on, man. Yeah, some strong skeletons in between. Yeah, they are billion style. Finally something super cool like, yeah. Reenact Lord of the Rings. Like a huge swarm, right? A huge path. And then all of the enemies are coming. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I'm very happy about this. And so I think this will create more appeal and we can do another trailer, right? As well. Good morning, Sephon. Hope you're doing good, man. And Lion Eye, good morning as well. And
Vertex, thank you very much for following. I like the wood path. This is hard to see, but it's there as a surprise. The wood path, yeah. Like I tried to like put something here as well, but yeah. I like the swarm thing as well. Up for that. Okay. Will do. Awesome. Yeah, and I think the swarm, right, can be introduced to like when you do the mage, when we get the mage. Will Chanties block more? There will be, I'm thinking of adding in an ability here. I already have an icon for that actually. We might be able to change it right now, but basically this icon here. And it would replace this terrible icon here. And basically it will make it so that my tangerine blocks, let's say, twice as many enemies. But it also only deals 50% of the damage, or even less, 30% of the damage. Because that turns it into a super tank then. Did he scale down the entire game and remade the maps? Looks better at the scale too. Oh, I'm glad you like it, man. Yeah, I did. That was one of the reasons. So this is what it, for those of you who came here late, this is what we had before. And this is the new scale. I think it speaks for itself. I think it's better. And that makes me happy. Even though I gotta be a little bit honest with you guys here. I've been looking at my Steam stats and the wishlist count, the impressions that I get. And I'm getting no wishlists and no impressions on Steam at all. It's like it's completely gone down to almost zero. It's really sad to see, because I think over, like, if I'm being honest here, I think the game from the start of the year to now has gotten a lot better. And so that's a little bit heartbreaking to see, to be honest. So, but I think my saving grace will be Steam Next Fest. And yeah, I will stop looking at the stats. I will do that now. And I will focus on making only audiences other devs from Twitch. Stream thinks your game died a long time ago. I think I changed it a bit too much. Like, I changed the title, the thumbnail, and everything. And so the original game is no longer present. You think you released the demo too fast? Baka, yes and no. I think I released my Steam page for this version of the game too fast. And therefore the demo too. But I needed to do that in order to understand what was wrong with the game and get to this point. So if I were to do it again, I would build this version of the game now, wait on the Steam page to have as a really good trailer, really good screenshots, and a great demo. Maybe not a demo, but at least a good trailer and good screenshots. And then together with those two, I would do Reddit posts and social media videos and posts at the same time as releasing the Steam page to get as much traction as possible. But I know this now after making these mistakes. So when you ask me, did I release it too early? Yes. I should have released my old game with the old Steam page, finished that up and made a new page. But now I know that. And so for the next game, I want to do that. And for the next game, we're going to build a good-looking game and prepare all of that. And then test if we can, with the release of the page, gain a lot of traction because of Reddit posts and screenshots and a good Steam page in general. So yeah, you changed major enemy elements. The problem is not finished design, constantly changing everything each week. You changed major elements so many times and it's still doing it with crafting. Yeah, I know that as well. Just add something controversial to the game for marketing. I feel like though the game is getting better and I don't think there's a other way to do it, Zakaza, you know. I think I'm doing it the right way, but it's harming my Steam page. And so, since I don't have a clear vision, but as long as the game itself is getting better, I think we are on a good track. And I want to see someone do it differently without doing that, right? I think I will lock in with this vision though, yes. I will lock in with the items, the skills, and with, yeah, I'm running in circles. I'm just testing out different branches and then using those that work and discarding those that don't, right? But again, we'll see, right? Let's see, attacking ellipse. .x, .size, .x plus equals game state highest. What was it called again? Max enemy. Well, we are doing ellipse, so radius. And then dots y plus equals times height factor ellipse. Why is that? Oh, it's a level state, of course. Do you get any traction from Twitter? No, barely any. I mean, I can look at my Twitter account for a second. But here, this is what I'm talking about. I can't show you the wishlist editions. I'll stop looking at the stats from now on and focus on this, but you can see here that it was quite nice. And then after the playtest, this is the playtest we did. It's basically completely gone down a bit, which is, I don't know why. Bit sad to see, but yeah. And then I cannot show you the impressions, but they have also dipped down. So Steam has stopped advertising my game at the moment. But yeah, it is how it is. I think the game's getting better, and so that's what we're gonna focus on now. And I'll stop looking at those stats completely. All I'm gonna do is write posts and make the Steam page better. And then I'll look at the stats again in like 1 month or something. When I have made all of the changes I wanna do. Let me see here. So we need to get the range, right? We need to get a minimum and maximum. So we need an I vector 2. Or like a struct chunk range or something. Which is it's an I vector 2 column range and an I vector 2 row range. And so then that's what we need to generate. And let me see here. Well, I tried tiered items would be fine if they were designed like balloons to the upgrades. Lots of festivals now, lots of good deals. So Steam moves traffic to promote other things, my guess. We'll see, but this has never happened before, so it's a bit odd. Now you can make, I wish I knew, a YouTube video. Yeah, I will, but only after I release my game. It's better, getting better, but we have to stop at some point, Cakez. I agree with you. Yes, at some point you have to log in your design. I agree. Hey, low-level game dev. Hope you're doing good. Yo, the game looks sick. Thank you very much, man. This is actually low-level game dev, guys. From YouTube. Good morning, bro. Hope you're doing good, man. Yeah, we're building a chunking system right now. And as part of increasing the resolution to make the game look a little bit more cool. And right now we're looking at this. We need a function that returns us a chunk range, guys. Chunking, yeah. And so get chunk coordinates after this. We need the structure chunk range. And we need to return a chunk range. Get chunk range, I guess. And it takes in an ellipse, I guess. AoE, or just an ellipse. And so what you guys are saying is, I'm getting the coordinates by taking the position of the ellipse. And then what? Coordinates dot x minus ellipse.size.x divided by 2. I think its size is, I think that's the diameter. So I need to divide that by 2. And then that's the radius. And then divide that by the chunk size, right? So this will be an int. And then I need to turn that to a minimum of 0. So like a maximum of that, right? Hey, my man, Yap Sira, good morning. Hope you're doing good, man. Oh, Mr. Yova on YouTube. Hello there, sir. You switched to YouTube? Good morning from Orlando, FL, Florida. Oh, my man, good morning. From American land. Damn, that's crazy. Let me see here. No help? Yeah, I don't need your help, bro! Sorry, I need to be... I can't be so loud because Zoe is sleeping, but fuck you! You think I've been coding nothing for 4 years? I've been doing the craziest stuff, man. Vulkan, OpenGL, DirectX. Okay, I can do it! Sorry. Okay, so now that is the int minimum, and so that would be chunk range. And then there's range dot column range dot. Wait, it's a I vector 2, so that would be x. Wait. Actually, I don't like that. Column minimum column or start column, and then end column, and then start row. And end row. I like that more, guys. I think that's better. And so then the range dot start column is this. End column is the coordinate x plus the size. But then we take the minimum of that and chunk columns minus 1. And then we basically do the same thing for row, right? So row, and then we do coordinates y and size y. So another one at the door. There's another person at the door. I'm not home. Fuck you. Can you guys stop ordering food or something, man? It's really annoying. Cakez, when are you gonna do ASMR coding stream? Or you just wanna hear those juicy button presses, bro? I got you, man. So guys, is that efficient? Or can you do it in a better way? Ads. Oh, hyper on the live. Wait. You should not be getting any ads, bro. Thank you very much for the raids, because you are streaming. You raided me. You shouldn't be getting any ads, bro. You should add a Ninja Tangy that shows shurikens and can be placed only on the trees. Hey, actually, that's a cool, funny idea, but why is there a warning? Oh, no return type. Okay, guys, C++ nerds. Is this efficient? Is there a better way to do this? It's okay? No, use Unity dots, doesn't matter, move on. No, it's terrible, use Unity, it should be fine, lol. I appreciate that, thank you guys, appreciate it. Thank you chat. Okay, let's go. It's probably horrible, but should be... Okay, I wouldn't call it horrible, man, like... Gotta be honest here, it's kind of toxic. Okay, so now get chunk range and then is in range. This function here. What are you working on at the moment? Right now, for my game, I'm building a... What's the game actually? I'm building a chunking system that allows me to look for enemies inside of a range and not look at all of the enemies. Because when I spawn a bunch of rats, the FPS basically halves. It's not that bad. It's still good. This is a debug build that's running on 300 FPS, and we have like
yeah, like let's say 200 rats on screen. It's not much. It does dip down to 200, and I have a reasonably good CPU. So on a laptop, it would be slower. So yeah, we're just trying to increase that little bit of a performance here. What? Did Asmon open his house door, Cakes? I don't know. Calculate on the GPU. I heard it's okay. That's what we are doing right now for the game, and then we move on. All right, let's see. So we have just gotten. We have extended the ellipse. Extend ellipse, and then now get chunks. Chunk range. Chunk range is get chunk range using the attacking ellipse. Good. Now that we have the chunk range, we need to loop over int x is chunk range.x. No, wait, start column. And then x has to be less than... I wonder if it's less or equals. I think it's equals, right? Chunk range dot end column. X plus... I hope it's end column equals. And then we do the same thing for y. Start row. Cakes, you should make the destination of the rat Asmongold's house. That would be funny, but I don't like, even if he's like used to being made fun of because of it. I would feel bad about doing that, to be honest, because just because he's like a big streamer or something, like that does not give me the right to make fun of his living situation, because maybe that's what you could say is bad about him, but I have many things that are bad about me. I rage, for example. So I don't know. I know it's in good faith, right? It would be in good faith by me, but I just don't feel comfortable making such a joke, especially since I don't know him personally, right? And so it would be this, I would feel, yeah. You rage because you're German? No, like there's many other Germans that don't rage like me, bro. Like it's from my father, and it's something you can control, actually. You can. He's a millionaire and lives like a granny. Yeah, but that's your opinion. I have a different opinion. You can have that opinion. That's fine. Mine is just different. All right, let's see. So we can now get the chunk, which is the array reference of enemy IDs. So it's an array of UID and 30. I know that. I guess I need to turn this into a constant now. Cause let's just call it max enemies per chunk. Where's that? Here. We need that as a const, actually. And we set that to 30 for now. And then over here in game CPP, we can also do max enemies per chunk. So that's what we know we'll get back. And that's the enemies in chunk. I'm also raging. It's not an option. He had a rat decomposing in his room for weeks. Yeah. But that's also because where he lives and how his house is built. If he were to upgrade his house to a newer one, so basically renovate it, it would very likely not happen. And so, and also when you're comfortable living somewhere, usually you get used to it. So do you actually rage or overdo it a little bit for content? When I'm really mad, I don't overdo it at all. No. And even the exciting part as well, obviously a little bit for sure, but it's always difficult to say. I do that naturally too, but yeah, like when I spurk out, I do that normally as well, not just in front of others.
But yes. Let me see. So that is a game state. Please share your learning path for getting to this point of programming of game devs. Please share your learning path to get to this point of level of programming. Sure, I can do that. Like, I plan on making more sophisticated YouTube videos when I get a little bit more time. It's like I've written down, I already know how I would do it. And yeah, sure, but don't quote me on that now, okay? It's all in development. Like, with time and money, of course, as well. Could have someone help you edit stuff as well. Game state, level state, dodge. Enemies in chunks. Huh? Oh, it's not level state, sorry. Enemies in chunks is in here. And then we do on X and Y, I hope. Okay, so now that we have the array, it's quite a lot of work actually for const UID reference ID in enemies and chunks. We need to entity pointer, get the enemy, get the entity by ID, and then if enemy, goodness. I think in this case we just check if the position of the enemy is inside. Goodness! If the target is in range. Wait, it takes in a target. Oops. I see how that works. This is the loop, I see. Add more loops. By the way, what's the issue here, bruh? Huh? Does it not exist yet? Oh, cause it's not const. And I just unnamed, so it's const. Is that what's complaining about, bruh? Ah, of course, const. Right. Okay, so basically, this stuff here needs to be done outside and then is in range. Basically, is no longer useful. Okay. Let me see here. This stuff needs to be changed. If ID. Bro. You know what's really annoying? Const in C++. I hate this word. The person... Oh my god. The person who designed that word should be fired. I hate this. Why are you complaining about the unequal operator?
Invalid argument type. Const UID. Unary expression. Shut up!
Oh my god, look where I have const. It's everywhere and it's still complaining. Huh? What? What's the problem, bro? It's just a const. You passed a reference? Oh my god. So what you're saying is this needs to be a reference here too? A const reference? And then it will not complain? Please tell me you won't complain anymore. Oh my god, it's still complaining. Put a const at the end? I did. Argument type invalid. Bro, shut up. No. Listen, it's super cool. I have... Wait. Const. So stupid.
I hate that. I hate that keyword. I should use C, but C has also const. Error opening file, precompiled header was built. Oh yeah, I changed the precompiled header. It's still complaining. The bool operator is not const? Like, bro, it is const here. You want me to put another const? Like, how many consts are there? I have 4 consts. Above? The implicit? Oh my god, wrong. I'm stupid. I'm so dumb. Okay, wait, I'm dumb. I apologize. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. So here. Apologize. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry. Please tell me it works now. Finally. What's now? Oh, I see. It's not const. Now it's complaining, isn't it? It's complaining.
Collector's alt account just joined.
Glad to be back to my favorite Vulkan and
you know what? You can eat it. You can
Please
eat
keep your functions shorter
you can
than
eat a dumb,
5 lines.
stupid, dumb fake. Like, bruh. Yeah. It is how it is. It's gonna change the ID. Oh man, is that annoying. Okay, you know what's the problem today? Nothing is the problem. Aren't you Brent Rambo? Aren't you Brent Rambo? What is Brent Rambo? The entire file should just be consts. I hate consts. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so this stuff right here actually needs to be in look for enemy to attack. Instead of looping over all of the enemies, we need to do the following. We need to generate an attacking ellipse, which we get from the attacker. Is that the unit? Okay, well, it's called unit, but it should be the attacker. And now we have the attacking ellipse, and we extend that. And then we go through the chunks. And this is where we find our targets. So instead of enemy, we can call it target. And then we can start skipping. So, shouldn't I do that after? Let's put the skipping section here. Actually, let's get all of that. Switch on the target priority. Holy. That is going to be a big one. Damn. And so then this is an if false for now. And in here we put all of this stuff in. And then in the if false we put all of that stuff for now. So this is the old way. Old way. All enemies. And the new way is that. And it will definitely extract this chunking stuff here, the chunk range and stuff. We will extract that in a way. For now we won't, but we'll do that for sure. And skipping section. If we have a target, first and foremost, we should probably do I hate const. But fine. Okay, so how do we do this? Skipping section. If it's dead, we remove it. If it's translucent, we can tag. If in range, unit. The value of target. Value of target. And over here, we turn all of that into
Pointer use case. Pointer arrows. That's the one disadvantage of C++, guys. What do you mean with range out? Const is there for a reason and it's good thing. I don't know, man. To be honest. I see why you say that, but I also have to disagree. Because it creates annoyances as well. I see what you mean, for sure. Right? But yeah. I just do not like it very much. I try to use it as much as possible. You can see here with the const stuff. But some stuff, like you change one thing to not be const. Now you have to change all of the functions that use this because they were marked as consts. And it just, in my opinion, it just creates additional work. And I have not seen the advantage of not using const yet. The disadvantage of not using const. Let's say it like that. I have not been using const for a long time and I never had any issues with, let's say, bugs or performance or doing something I did not intend to do. Never had that a single time. So const so far has only been helpful for, I don't know, really nothing really. Do you use const expression? I use const expression. Shade 11, yeah. It's called const correctness and it seems like you just implemented everything in a bit of a shaky and now have problems with it. The problem is the following. You build a system for your game and then you use the system and you realize you need an additional requirement. You have an additional requirement that you could not foresee, which not a single person on planet Earth can foresee an entire game and all of the functions beforehand. And so when you do that, you change the system, all of a sudden there is a need to supply the parameters differently. And when you do that, you might change const from being const to not being const. And all of a sudden, you now call a function that expects something to be const, but it actually changes it. And so you remove the const value there, and then any other function that calls this function, which has a const value coming in, will take the const value and call a function where it loses the const, and therefore you have an error. And now you need to change all of the functions that were previously dependent on this const function to be non-const functions. Because you did not foresee this change. And it happens all the time. Ich will nichts essen. Tut mir leid. Nein, ich will nichts essen. Nein, bitte, ist egal. Ich kann nicht. Ich will nicht. Das geht nicht.
Nicht wegen Salz, Mann.
Aber kannst du selber probieren, Bro.
Ich hab kein gutes Geschmack. Mach doch.
Ah.
Oh nein, dann wirst du nicht sterben. Es ist so heiß, du verbrennst dich.
Schmeckt gut.
Genug Salz drin?
Ja.
Ah?
Ich will nicht essen jetzt. Es schmeckt gut.
Ja, ich sehe schon.
Es schmeckt wirklich gut, okay? Aber ich will jetzt nicht essen.
Nein.
Kannst du mir noch Kaffee machen, bitte?
Nein. Ey, kann ich das so gehen lassen? Ich habe das ausgemacht. Aber ich habe auch das verbrennt.
Wenn das aus ist, wird es nicht verbrennen. Das ist doch null. Ouch! Ah, fuck. It hurts. I'm back. Is Cakez pregnant? I'm not pregnant. I just don't want to eat now. Okay. Let's go back to this. So, are we done? Build.sh. Let's rebuild the precompiled header as well. And then test the game. Let's see if we've already managed to increase our performance by changing the function that looks for enemies to attack. Because every single hero will call this function. Hopefully this even works, man. Guys, do you think it will work? What do you think? By the way, D-Punk, thank you very much for following. I think it will work. Really? I don't think it will work, to be honest, guys. I don't think so. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, I feel like it doesn't work properly. The enemy is not being attacked here. Yeah, they attack too late. Maybe the division by 2 is the problem. And the ellipse actually uses a radius. So what I mean by that is getting the chunk range. I should not divide the size by 2. Damn, it works better than I thought. Lol. What about the performance? I didn't look at that. Let's see. Let's try that again. Please tell me this works, man. Please work, 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 please work. Please, please, please. No, no, attack. Oh my god, you can't tell me this works. Wait. I think it works. How many FPS? 300? Stable? Reasonably stable, I guess? 200? Going down? But that's also because of all of the projectiles now. There's so many projectiles flying. Wow, look at the enemies. They can't actually get past these. Look at the barrage of projectiles, bro. Cool. By the way, what's with the music? It's so quiet today. Getting wrecked? Damn, that feels good. Okay. Turn enemy count up. Okay. We'll do it. Times 10x. I don't know if I can do that, by the way. I can double this. And I can make it spawn more. Times 2. I don't think I can do much more. Computer will melt. Not wrecked. Wrecked. Rectangle. Wrecked. Wrecked. Ralph. Total wrecked. What's that? Alright. Oh my god! Look at them enemies, man! What the hell? That's an army! Holy! Oh, it's lagging now. Uh-oh. Oh my god! How much FPS is that? Oh, array full. Oh, I have more than 1,000 enemies. Huh. Okay, so... Never mind. Never mind. I mean, sure. Not lagging, clearly says 140. No, my FPS counter sucks. It's not real time. I don't know how to do it properly, you guys. When will you reactivate the channel points again? Wait, they are not enabled? I never disabled them. But they exist? Like, shock? They exist though. Just use an STD vector, man. Delta time. Time divided by 100. Let's see. Calculate FPS. Let's try to fix that. So this is what I do. I store the last 300 frames. Maybe we just store 100 frames. The last 100 frames. And then for each frame, I average this out. FPS buffer. Draw FPS on screen. Sprintf. Lol.
That's a bit better. 300 frames. I store the last 300 frames here. Well, we can store. Let's say we store the last 60 frames. Maybe then that adapts faster. The reason why I'm doing it this way, by the way, is so that it averages it out and it like the spikes are not as noticeable. But maybe I need to store less frames. You could just sum the frames times until it reaches 0.5 seconds and modify the average value and reset the sum. You could just sum the frame times until it reaches 0.5 seconds. And then modify the average value and reset the sum. What? So what you're saying is sum plus equals frame time if... How do I average it out though? By how many times I called it? Sum greater than 0.5f. Sum minus equals 0.5f. And what do I display here for FPS? Sum divided by some count, right? But then that's milliseconds. Or do I multiply that? You count the frames too, yes. Okay, I'll count the frames too. And sum plus equals sum count plus plus. Count is 0. And then what do I do here? Sum times the count turned into an int. That gives me the FPS. That's better? You guys are saying? Yeah? Okay. Let's test that. Sorry for sending you on a side quest. No, like I needed to do that anyways. In the case if you set the FPS value. In the if case. Oh wait. So, wait, I need another static float variable, I guess. Is that an int? I guess it's an int, right? Okay. In here we set the FPS. So sum times count. Never mind. Okay, cool. Let's test that. Thank you very much, guys. You are much smarter than me when it comes to this stuff. Oh my god, can you stop fat fingering with these, please? For one time, man. So I can just code this FPS counter in a quick second so I can move on, please. Stop fat fingering, man. Okay. It didn't save. It did not save. Now it's saved. Bro, build! What's going on? Yes, build. Sorry. Hey, is Godot navigation and repulsion dog shit? I can spawn 100 enemies before it starts to lag, while this guy is spawning millions. Is that from Particle Life? GitHub.io? Is that using... What is this using though? Is this in C++? Oh, danke. Is this in C++? Average FPS is sum divided by count. Reset sum and count. Wait, so... No, wait. Am I good now? Sum divided by a count? I'm just gonna see what it looks like, guys. It's fine.
Give me a second. One thing at a time. 260 FPS? I have more here. This is not correct. This is not correct, sorry. But I have at minimum 1000 here. So the calculation is wrong, my brothers. Sum divided by count will probably not work either. Yeah, dividing it by count is even worse. So, what is the problem here, guys? It's definitely not 200 FPS. What are we doing wrong? It's also not 100 FPS. It runs much faster. Let's test on VSync. Yeah, so it's 15 times slower. It's in milliseconds, I believe. No, so this should be 60. It is not 60. What are we doing wrong here? And frame time is in seconds. So do we need to multiply that by 60 or something? Just times for the FPS? Sometimes count doesn't make sense. You already count how many frames you have. You had. Hey! Sounds reasonable now. Holy, it works, yeah. How's that happening? Huh? Just multiply it by 4. Why though? Huh? What is the problem here? Can someone explain that, please? Remove the sum and add times 2? What? Because you currently count the frames every half a second. Wait. What? Wait. I want to have FPS, frames per second. So I need to multiply that by 2. That's what you're saying. But you say remove the count. Then you count the frames, which is count. Imagine instead of 0.5 you had 0.1. Then you count the frames per second, which is count. Oh, you're right, yeah. And so I just multiply the count by 2, is what you're saying. And if I do 0.25, I multiply that by 4. Right? So we don't even need the sum here. Actually, we do. Oh, wait. This needs to be minus 25. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, it's wrong too. We have too much FPS now. Okay, so that will be 500 then. Oh yeah. Looks good. Does that change too often? Or is that fine? Raylib get FPS. Yeah, this is Raylib get FPS. You should just display FPS times 4 on your game so people think it's very optimized. True. All right. Okay, so that looks better. Thank you very much. Toggle option. Let's see. We were just working on this. How much FPS? Shit, it goes down to 100 and then the array is full. So essentially what I have to do is
Make the enemies larger. Let's do 2000. Where's max enemies? Here. Let's just do 2000 for now. Frame time in seconds. Sum. Frame time per frame plus equals frame time count if sum. Average time. I think we are good now, right? Can you not use an overlay like an MSI Afterburner to compare? Cap it? Alright, let's see. I think that's fine. We need to fix that too. I'll fix that later. Implement versioning properly. Why? Level has maximum spawns. No. That's bad. Oh, the size changed. Oh no. Const expression int. For now, we'll keep this. I'll remove the additional spawns from the level. We don't need that. I will design each level differently. We'll do this differently. You've got the best TD going after balloons? Me? No. Absolutely not. The best, in my opinion, the best TD after balloons is Kingdom Rush. Guys, what is the best tower defense game? In your opinion, after balloons, what do you think? I think it's Kingdom Rush. Crystal Guardians. The developer of Crystal Guardians is saying that Crystal Guardians is the best tower defense game after balloons. Interesting. I would say so too. Collector's TD? No. No. All right, my brothers, let's get some juicy oranges on the path here. Gonna mow these guys down. Getting down to 100 FPS now. I wonder where most of the time is spent, if it's on projectiles or not. Updating the projectiles most likely. Oh, this is on a path. See, because it's going here. Interesting, I wonder how I'm gonna handle that. Oh yeah, wait, we have more. We can place some more here. I like that a lot, actually. They came several times to be honest. Kingdom Rush, definitely. I think so too, yeah. Oh wow. Okay, let's see. We're dropping down to 30 FPS. Okay, if I increase the speed... Wait, toggle option? 13. Where do we spend the time now? In update and long here. Update entities is still long. And where's long here? Here. Ah, it is probably update projectiles. Is it? Has to be. There was not 32 FPS? I think it was. 72 ms? Is 30... Yeah, projectiles are still operating on all enemies. That's what we're gonna change now. Have you ever played Gemcraft, Cakes? I have not, no. The FPS lags comes from the animation, sir? We'll see. Huh? Why is it full now? What? Enemies in chunk. Oh, I got unlucky, didn't I? Shit. God damn it, man. Come on. Still lying? Come on, man. Just don't put too many in the same chunk. It's gotta be the projectiles. The moment where's update projectiles? 0.5 here though. 0.5 is not much. Not really unlucky. Okay, man, this sucks, bro. What if I don't add an enemy to a chunk though? I mean, it is a lot, I know. God damn it. Fine, we'll do this one more time. I'll do 50. 40, 50. I will not have that many rats in the game. Okay? I'll do 50. It sucks, but you can't really predict how many enemies can be in the same chunk, I know. Space it out? Yeah, I tried already. But yeah, we'll do like this. So it's not the projectiles. Weird. I wonder what it is then. Where's the time spent? Maybe enemies looking for heroes. I already have that here. Let's look for that. I'm gonna make a screenshot for when it lags. Why not? It would be cool. Many enemies. Yeah, I will do many enemies, but that many on top of each other, we'll see. Okay, so do that one more time. Place a bunch of archers. You know, with this in idea, right, placing as many... Sorry, not placing... Spawning so many enemies. I'm actually thinking about keeping the free placement for heroes. Because now I can make enemies... I can have enemies that deal way more AoE damage. On a higher range. And so that will make it so that I naturally will space out my heroes. I'll have to try a bit. But I think... just having the ability to spawn so many enemies at a reasonable performance. Okay, where is it? Where's the big numbers? Update enemies. Okay, wait, I need to do a screenshot because it's a lot to read. So where do we have most of the time? Fixed update, update game. Update projectiles is only 3 milliseconds, guys. And then update entities is 6. So it long here. So it spends a lot of time here. Wonder which one it is. Update entities is definitely... Wait, it is. So update entities is 6. While update projectiles is 3. So these two together turn into this. So update entities is the biggest one. It will most likely be enemies looking for heroes to attack. The other way around. Yeah, I think... Wait. Looking for hero to attack. Wait, that's 0 though. Why? So what's the big part here? In update... Can we see update enemy here somewhere? I don't have update enemy, so maybe update enemy it is? Is there a book out there that teaches optimizations? I'm pretty sure there is. Try disabling the animation, see if you get more FPS. You think it's the animation? Why is your FPS counter telling you 32 FPS when the update takes 60 milliseconds and that's less than 32 FPS? I don't know, man. Oh, I know why. I think. Cause... I don't know. You paused and took a screenshot? No. The number didn't change. Watch. Long here is 13, is 7. It's the same number as update projectiles. Did I literally just... I saved the game in this state again. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. Can you...
Yeah, the reason why this happens, guys, is because... How do I explain that? Okay, wait, guys. It's wrong, guys. It is wrong. I think. No, I don't know, guys. I have no idea. Maybe this is wrong. I don't know. To be honest, I just don't know. I have no idea. I'm just... With these numbers, I lose traction of this. Basically, what I'm doing is... The reason why I don't know is because I call update... I don't call update every frame. And so I... Basically... How do I explain that? Every 60 seconds... I update the game 3 times. No, wait. The game updates, so simulation loop, physics and stuff, on 1 times speed, it updates 60 times per second. When I speed up the game by 3 times, in 1 second, I update the game 60 times 3. So I call update game 3 times more often, 180 times, rather than 60 times. So I would need to divide this value by 3, I think, to get the actual milliseconds. Or something. I don't know. I call it more times than I'm actually calling update game. If that makes sense. Or something. Listen, man, like this is such a brain fuck because I have a disconnected rendering loop from an update loop. And then, yeah. Listen to smart chat. I tried doing that. So let's see. When I let the game run normally, this is how it looks. Update. Unlocked rendering plus. Update takes 10 milliseconds. So this is a screenshot of what we can take a look at. Here we can see that the fixed update takes 26 milliseconds. And is that 32 FPS? 16 times 16 times 2? 16 times 2 is 32 FPS. So this should be about right. 30 FPS is about 33 milliseconds. So we spent, in update game, we spent 28. I measure game logic tick execution, not per second, so it stays the same dependent on the game speed. Independent. I measure the game logic tick execution. Okay, what does that mean? So you take the time at the start of the... Hi there, here to lurk. Got work to do, but good day odd to all. Hey, thank you very much for lurking, man. Hello, Rizoma, how you doing, man? That means it would be 60 updates, even with 3 times speed. No, you just call update more often. I think what he's saying is that he takes the starting tick and the end tick, and then he builds the time on how long that took, and then he just displays that. But don't you, super cool, don't you normalize that over time? Like if you take the actual tick every frame, then it changes every frame, right? So how do you do that? Don't you need to accumulate a little bit over time and then divide that by something? Much like we did with the FPS. So I would take the time and then how many times I called it and divide it by the count.
Every frame count it up and average it out, and then clear it every, I don't know. I don't average the logic. So, but then your time changes every frame, doesn't it? Super cool. Doesn't your number flicker a lot then? Or do you take screenshots, or do you build a graph? I'm listening to chat. Go away. Someone unban him. That was a bit too long. No, I don't need to know. Interesting. Okay. Let me see. Can we do it differently then? The game runs at 20 ticks only normally. Really? Only 20 ticks? So it's incredibly fast then. And I see if it hovers above or below 1 ms. Damn. You only have 20 ticks? That works for your game? That's crazy. Can I do that too? He's making a tower defense game too. Super cool. But he hasn't shared it yet. StarCraft runs at 20 ticks. Sounds like Minecraft. Yeah. The Java version, right? True. I know the developers from Kingdom Rush. They are from Hungary. Really? They came here several times to Buenos Aires, Argentina, to give talks. Oh, awesome. That's cool. Yeah, these guys made a great game, man. Wait. So let's do that then. Initialize item data. Display the list of measured scopes. Here it is. Average duration. How do we do that? You could save a ton of water if you drank tap water, aren't you at home? Cakes? I can't because the tap water makes me sick. Unfortunate. I tried that. I mean, I could probably build a resistance to it. But I would have to go through a bunch of... I would have to get a bunch of sick... How do you call that? I would have to get sick a bunch before I would build enough of a resistance to it. I actually tried that and I got sick twice. Kind of annoying. I think it's something in the pipes here. So when I boil it, it's fine. I do drink a lot of tap, but that's tap water here. It's basically tap water and instant coffee. Wait, so how do we do that then? Measure scope. It creates an instrumentor. And it just gives us the start and end. Measured scope. What is this? When we build an instrumentor, it generates the start time. And then when it's destroyed, it gives us the duration. Yeah. And then it adds, it goes through the measured scopes, finds the one, and increases the counter for how long it ran. And so when I display, I think I know what to do. Maybe. Average duration here. We can take that. Okay. And then the measured scope is ms.duration divided by float ms.run count. And then we do that every time.
We do that every time. If ms dot duration, wait, no. Average duration, we need time on each of those measured scopes. So we need a float time variable. And every time we update the measured scope, ms.time plus equals frame time. ms.time is greater than duration. Wait, I put time in here, the measured scope, so please learn that. Const, how do we do this again? Const float duration is 0.5f, so we update the value of every 0.5f. And then we also only update, I mean, the spike, it's fine. But over here we clear this, ms dot, yeah, update time. We don't do this at all. What do we reset here? We reset the duration, the spike, and the run count to 0. Then we do ms.time minus equals duration. Are we done now? Let's see. This gives me the average duration. I ran it that many times. And that long. Let's see, maybe that works. And then we do an if false here. So we never change the update time. Don't you need to init the value? I think it will be init. Kenny, thank you very much for following, man. Good morning. Gotten a bit unlucky today with the songs. There we go. All right, let's see. One more build. I think it didn't build properly. Hello, Farmer. How you doing, man? Physics included. It's updated with the game logic, except GUI particle physics, which run every frame. I'm gonna try to make my game run at 20 ticks per second then too. Alright, so this might not work though, guys. Start. Not a number. Unlocked rendering is 0.3 or something. Update game 0.3. Flickers quite a bit. When is the spike updated? Whenever there's a new spike. And it's reset every half second. Let's just see. So let's see what we have here. When I take a look at these values, fixed update and update game run at 17, which is 50. Yeah, that seems reasonable here. 17, 56 FPS. That looks okay, actually. And then update game is the biggest one. And inside update game, inside fixed update, update hero takes nothing, because we only have one hero. Update entities takes 4 milliseconds. Seems alright. Yeah, it seems alright. That means
Am I so
that
out of
update
touch?
enemy is the one. One of the bigger ones.
Gotchainer just subscribed. Oh, gotcha. So every 5 seconds it checks if you had frame rate spike and resets it to get the actual long-running procedures.
Yeah, something like that. And thank you so much for the support, man. I really appreciate it, bro. Hope you're doing good. My man, thank you. Measure scope, update. It's not a perfect system, but it's okay. It does help a lot when building this.
And unfortunately, it would be much cooler if I could see a graph, but let's keep it like that for now. I think the count here is useless now. We should probably not display this. I think this just takes away from the list. But whatever. Okay, let's get some money, spawn heroes, and see how much it costs to run the game. We've already done spatial partitioning, which is great. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And if I really want to go with massive amount of enemies spawning in levels where you get flooded with different types of enemies, then obviously the game needs to be efficient enough to handle that, of course. And since, you know, there's a reason why I made a C++ game, guys. Of course, I wanted to be efficient. When I played Skyrim, for example, a long time ago, even the 64-bit version, I was always disappointed when I went into Whiterun and I was dropping below 60 frames per second. And I always thought to myself that whenever I make a game, I want to have the game that runs performant. So, for example, when I played Bloons and I saw that it slowed down to a point where the game didn't function anymore, I wanted to build the same, but I wanted my game to be optimized in a way where that doesn't happen. And so you have a bunch of stuff on screen like in Bloons, but the performance doesn't dip as much as it dips for them. So Skyrim is in C++. Skyrim is in C++ and their own scripting language. Yes. So their own scripting language, yeah. I don't know too much about that. I didn't script in it yet. All right, let's see. So, update enemy. Why is update enemy so fast? Because it's only one time. See, this is like super cool. Isn't this a problem? I know that update enemies takes a long time, but update enemy itself one time is only 0.01. So I would need to multiply update enemy by the amount of enemies in order to know how long this entire function takes, right? So for example, we can do update entities and then update enemies. We could do a measure scope here where it's called update enemies. Yeah, actually we can do like that. And then we can see one part of the update enemy function and all of them together. Yeah, so update enemies takes obviously that long, but the update function itself is already at 12, so there's one big chunk that takes a long time too. Let's make a screenshot here. Skyrim is in C++. That's a lot of reds. Yeah, it's stress testing the game. It's about 2,000 reds. Not so much, like about 1,000 reds on screen. Drops down quite a lot, I have to say. But yeah. Yeah, the engine is in C++, but not C++ hot reload. They use a scripting language instead, from what I've seen. Yeah. Scripting languages allow you to make code changes much more easily, of course. And also it's better for, let's say, non-programming game developers. Okay, so long here is long. Update enemies takes 6 milliseconds and the entire update game loop takes 15 milliseconds. So one update of the game loop takes 15 milliseconds. That means we need to figure out where.
Good day.
Retard.
When will you
hello,
finally
Rico.
do what
I
you
use my
always
own
talk
engine, yeah,
about
you know
and
that.
release
Welcome
a
back,
demo?
bro.
Please clarify. Do you really have nothing to show after 8 years?
1,000 reds is a puny number. Crack it up to 10k. No, we're already breaking down on... Okay, that's actually annoying. Yeah. Update enemies is 6. The entire update function is 16. Where? Why? Clearing won't. Wait, so update level Don't you have update level? Guys, do you see update level here somewhere? Not a number. No, that's load level. Hey, don't I have an update level function? Measure scope. Welcome back, Mr. Rico. Update level. Now, I'm assuming that the entire update level function also takes a long time. Apply global power-ups, calculate enemies left to spawn. Maybe this. I don't think so, though. So you will not write anything then. My game is using one thread so far, yeah. You told me to only write positive things, so I won't be chatting much. Scripting languages are often used to glue stuff together and allow designers/tech designers to do specific logic themselves. The coffee needs a bit more salt. It's not quite scripting, Immo. Not Unity is not quite scripting, since you mostly do things in C# that are much closer. Okay, let's see. Where could... I mean, let's just build a bunch of things, right? Measure scope. I don't know where the pitfall could be. Calculate enemies to spawn. I don't think this is it. This is false. Now we're switching on the level stage. We are here. Spawn system reloaded. Up. Whoopsie. Spawn system reloaded. Oh my god, can you stop fat fingering things, man? For one time, please! Stop fat fingering! Long here. Long these nuts. Long here. 16 milliseconds. Update. So the entire update is in long here. In here. One of these takes a lot of time. I would assume it's update projectiles. That's 6 milliseconds. And wait, 6 milliseconds plus update entities. There it is. There's the 15. So these two together, projectiles and entities. And then update enemies takes 6. Wait, update heroes takes so long? Really? That's crazy. Why does it take so long? Hey? Oh, oops. Deja vu. Let me check YouTube. Hi, I'm here again. And now not in school. What up, Cakes? Hey, Mr. Robin, thank you very much for your message on YouTube. On the video, I mean. Welcome, bro. We are close to looking at or finding out where we spend most of our time when we spawn like a gazillion rats. And so, okay, let's see how long this takes now. Where, okay, update heroes goes up by quite a bit. I wonder why. What part of update heroes is the long part? Before the enemies reach the exit, I wanna... Okay, so this is like the most amount of enemies we can have. Let's see here. So we spend 37 in update game, 17 in update. Fixed update. Weird, huh? Was kann ich dir geben? Auf den Teller? Achso, ja, klar. Okay. My wife wants to eat and I need to bring her the food. Fucking bitch. Ah. You can't see it. You can't see it. Okay. Okay. Oh well. All right. Where do we spend most of our time? Oops. Fixed update. What is fixed update? Wait, the fixed update loop. So that means update game. Update here. This one here runs twice. Wait a minute. I understand how this works. So basically, we are running at 30 frames per second. So we are very slow. And that means since I update the game 60 times per second, but we are only running at 30 frames per second, that means I update the game twice. And so the longer update game takes, the worse the FPS becomes, because we are lagging behind. And so if I were to change the update frequency, the update delay, to 20 ticks per second like a Super-Q does, I would see a huge improvement in FPS already. Obviously, right? But it will also, I think it will look choppy. Let's see. Yeah, so we are running at 100 frames per second now, but it probably looks bad, right? Let's see. Yeah, it does look bad because I'm not interpolating very well. And then update, obviously it jumps up a lot, right? The question is, does it feel smooth or not? It's difficult to say. Does it feel smooth or not? Logic should run at 20s. Graphics at max though? No? I think so too. Let's just see what we have here. See, the moment when update is called, it jumps up a lot. When update is called, it's still a lot, so it's still uneven FPS. So what I mean to say here is, this is still a large number every once in a while, so the frames per second, I mean, I guess it's still good, but doesn't this create spikes? Do they run on multiple machines at AAA studios? Yeah, I think so too. They do. Maybe this shouldn't be measured in FPS, just be in time spent. Yeah, this is the time spent here. This is in the milliseconds. So this means it took 18 milliseconds. This run. Over basically the average here is 18 milliseconds. Whenever I call update, that takes 18 milliseconds. So that is a lot, and we spend most of our time in update entities actually. Update heroes, and well, update level is also big. Update, why does update heroes take so long? What the hell? Why that? Oh my god, please. It's gotta be update hero, cause they don't die. So this else case never happened. So it has to be update hero. Update hero, where's that? Here is 20 milliseconds, 0.2. So basically, how many heroes do I have though? I wonder what it is. Measure scope, update hero, knockback, 0. Which one is it? Speech bubble, this is all gone here. Hero stats, 0.1. So barely anything, so that's not it. Animate, you say that it's animate entity? maybe? Maybe here. We could test that. What else do we have? We have animate here, validate. I don't think this does anything. Add to global. This shouldn't do anything because I don't have any. If knocked back, this should not do anything either. Swing progress. It's probably, wait, update. It's not update weapon though. So then what is it? Is it really animate? Looking for enemies to attack. Wait, is that it? Target. What the hell is this? Look for enemy to attack. No, but because I optimized it. Maybe though. In my spatial query, it's my slow. In my game, the spatial query, it's the slowest thing. Is that the same for you, Mr. Cakez? Not yet, because I don't have one spatial query in the game. It's like many different disconnected ones. Why no profiler? Please no ban. No, that's not a ban, bro. You're not attacking me. It's fine. The reason why is because I used one and it doesn't help. We can try this one more time. Why not? Let's try. Why not? Right? Let's do it one more time. I'm gonna do profiling. File new. Alright, you guys ready? Here we go. Okay, so it's currently it's profiling. You have banned people for much simpler things? No, I have not. Stop. Okay. Operator minus. Line intersection. Yeah. Mem copy. Where's that? Update game. Get item data. Free item. Where is the mem copy though? Draw heroes. Free item. I don't know why that is mem copy, but okay. So this is difficult to see, to say here. I guess line intersection it is. Operator plus says line intersection. And then operator plus says get origin rect collider. Q-sort. Q-sort is also doing a lot. But it's less than I thought. That's crazy. Holy, that's actually... Damn, I thought it would be much more. Didn't think that would be the case, actually. Draw background. This, by the way, will be completely gone soon. So I guess it's this function. Get origin rect collider. What's this wait for single object? I don't know. It's like X audio stuff, but it's on a separate thread, so it's fine. This right here is disconnected from the game, so this has nothing to do with it. Maybe that, yeah, like run user thread start. Like this stuff here is, we don't need that. Yeah, thread sync and stuff like that. Why no good game cakes? Okay, yeah. Why no good code? Please no ban. Yeah. Cakez is a good learning stream. Learning what not to do. Yeah. Okay, bro. Project point onto line. Point in lips. Yeah, so basically that doesn't really help much. Get origin rect collider, so it's like trying to get some collision detection or something. So I don't know. Let's see here. Measure scope. Update hero. Look for enemy. This has got to be it, because then if we have a target, transition animation, everything else like really doesn't do anything. So let's just see. Do that again. All right, update hero. Look for enemy to attack. Maybe that's it. Does go up quite a bit. Yeah, it's look for hero to attack. Look for enemy to attack, I think. Weird, though. So wait a minute. This looks for an enemy to attack. It takes 2 milliseconds. For each hero? But then this would be way more than 22. Looking for enemy. Surely in total? This got to be in total, right? Otherwise this doesn't make any sense. Because if it's single, then that makes no... Nah, there's no way. But I think it is. My Quadri implementation is open source. By the way, it's written in C, so it could be simple to implement in your game. I can link it if you want to, Cakez. You can link it to me on Discord if you want to. Sure, man. Right now, I'm like way too deep into this to really like switch gears in my head. But then I don't really know, because update hero... Where is it? Update hero takes 0.18 milliseconds. And then looking for an enemy to attack is 2 milliseconds. So this is not even 1 millisecond. And in this update hero function, it takes more. Huh? Why? It's because item data is copied, you don't take it as a reference. Oh, because then it turns away. Wait. Here you mean it needs to be a reference? But it's const. I think. Oh, it even, okay. Interesting. This is also const. No, actually, no, that's not const. But I'm getting it back. Okay, wait, get item data. Reference. And so that makes it faster. Can I even do that though? Why not also show the max instead of only the average to catch spikes? That's what the spike is for. Free space. I have one. Else you copy it, yes. That was the mem copy user. Okay, well, if we can, you know, get... Of course. I mean, if it's possible to do that. Just add const reference everywhere. Yeah, we'll do that. Because that's actually what I want. Cool. Final replace. Now I want to see it. Yeah, it's already here. Why don't I have the stat description already? Wait a minute. Oh, Togglebit, my man, thank you very much for the raid. How you guys doing? Welcome. And Nightshade Dude, my man, long time no see, man. Hope you're doing good, bro. Oh, hi. It's not easy to say. It's not as easy as saying it makes it faster. It's probably will assure your struct is bigger than a pointer. My struct is much bigger than a pointer, yeah. We're currently working on optimizing the game, and we have swapped the resolution from this to make the game a little bit more zoomed out. Basically spawn many more enemies. Look at this, guys. Boom, big train. We're currently trying to optimize it in a way where it doesn't lag. So we can make big battles. Let me see. MA initialized. Gets that description. Yeah, so basically the item data description already has it, doesn't it? Also, where are we here? What is this function we're looking at? What is this? It's called, okay, wait, in gamble window, okay, and now this is complaining why? Because it's not const? No non-conversion from, oh my god, okay, so the moment I do const here, guys, watch what happens. The entire game will complain. It's gonna work here, but now we have another problem. This needs to also be const now. And the moment it's const... God, I hate this keyword so much. I hate it! I'm just gonna cast it away. It's fine in this scenario. It's dog shit. I hate it. It's so dumb. Why is this so bad? It's such a dumb concept. I hate it. I'm just gonna cast it away. It is how it is. No, I'm done. I'm tired of it. Okay. No, I'm just not gonna do this. I'm literally tired of this. Stupid. You can't do const. God, I hate that so much. Sorry. I apologize, guys. It's been... I should never have started using const, in my opinion. I should not have done this. Because it has not been beneficial at all. I hate it. It's so annoying. I just can't get away. Maybe don't use it. It's not a dumb concept. I think it's the most dumbest concept on planet Earth. Okay, maybe I'm overreacting a bit because I'm mad. But I just don't like it. You changed one thing to not be const because you realize you need to change it. And gazillion functions don't work anymore. Dumb. And just because people don't know how to code. Oh, I could potentially change this data. And now I need something that the compiler can recognize to tell me that, oh, I'm changing it now. Yeah, you shouldn't be changing it. It's like, bro, if I want to change it, I supply a pointer. And if not, I supply the data. Hate it. For optimizations too. It is for optimizations too, because you can supply a const reference that you can't change. I mean, at least right now, it's not really a big deal, because most of the time I don't really... Oh god, okay, well, get start description. We don't need that. Why? I think we don't need it. Cakez should try functional programming. Char pointer. Okay, I'm just gonna cast it away. 99% of all performance suffering is caused by SLE vector. We don't have that, so good thing. What software do you use to make the sprites? Oh, it's called ASprite. This one right here. AZprite. You can even compile it from source. And then it doesn't cost you any money. But it's also a good thing to support the developers, because I think they're doing a really good job. Oh, guys, I think we looped. Okay, so now, wait. Never mind.
we're not done yet. Pretty sure this is still gonna... Oh, we can't do that here. But okay, fine. Uh-huh. Yeah, this is not a pointer, but fine. I think this one scenario is okay. Zig trains your brain to always use const unless it's really mutable. I don't know. I've now been using const for... I think about a year. I started using const. And so far... it didn't really help much. I do not see... I just don't see the benefit. Yet. Maybe I need to use it for longer, I don't know. So far it's just been annoying. Zig's const is not the same as this thing though. Why did you start? Yo guys, hey my man, how you doing, bro? What's going on? You wanna get some item data, const reference, bro? I got something for you. Fresh item datas. I think the Odin way is better. Everything is mutable and public until you want it so. Yeah, agree. Is there some lore? Lore of what? Const lore? I don't know. I play C++ for the gameplay, not the lore, man. I have no clue. Gotta ask a lore expert here. You can ask this Straussen guy. Oh, to start const, people wouldn't shut up about it. In chat as well. And I need to try it out. Cakez, while you're at it, why don't you replace every copy occurrence with a const occurrence? Why just item data? Nah. Sharp pointer. Just use auto clear. Nah, man. Oh my! How many get item data do I have, bro? Holy, I can see why this is slow. God damn. Is he doing a lot of copying of structs? Yeah, this is the biggest one. Get item data. My god, I hate this char pointer. Cast. Do you use SFML? No, but I would like to use it in the future. Is item data big? I can show you. It has quite a bit of stuff actually. This is all it is. It's a description, some floating values. This is an int, an array of stats. Each stat is 3 floats. And I have about, I think 70 stats or something. Yeah, 78 stats, so quite big. Like 2 ints here, a vector for the color, which I don't think I use. And yeah, a bunch of other IDs, ints, essentially. It's quite big, yeah. So it is a reasonable thing to do, for sure. I wonder when we're done with this, though, because I'm tired here. We done soon? No? Of course not. But, you know, this is basically part of the learning experience. You know how it takes 10,000 hours to get to anything meaningful, to become somewhat of an expert in somewhere. I think I'm somewhere on the 4,000 hour mark or something. How much do you think, coding-wise, after 4 years of experience, how much, like on the 10,000 hour mark, 4 years, can you say it's about... Get stat description, there's got to be... Or is it complaining then? Get stat description. they see him. There we go. It takes in a pointer to stats, which is now a const pointer. I think we can turn this into a const pointer. It should still be fine. And then it generates the stats plus the effects. And the entire description of the item is not it. So maybe where I deleted the stat description is where it's wrong. We'll have to see. Does 10,000 hours of chatting on Twitch make me a writer or a grammar expert? Only if you actually look at your mistakes and fix them, which it doesn't look like you do. So. So. Is wishlist that useful? If you just put out the game on Steam, would the game be lost? The game will not be lost if you at some point reach somewhat of an audience. Like, it's advertised every day, even without wishlists. And if it's a good game, then it will naturally gain some traction and reviews. And at 10 reviews, Steam is gonna give it a chance in the algorithm and boosts the impressions. So it's not gonna be completely dead. There have been many examples of games released with barely any wishlists, and Real Supercoos game, for example, is one big one. Pogo Stuck on Steam, maybe you heard about it. It's possible. It's like YouTube then. Yeah, it's like YouTube. Where the wishlists are the subscribers. Okay. Wow. Hex, how confident are you about that? Because I think I'll really be banking on that. Why? What about your Steam page? Like, you're not gonna do that at all, or what do you mean? Pogo game is from Supercool? Yeah. No, I mean, if the game is good, it'll pop off that part. Yeah. Ah, shit. I can't do that. Okay, fine. How much get item data do I have, man? That's crazy. If you're using Vim motions, at least make a macro. No, I need to look at each individual case in isolation. Like, many people hate that I do this, but I think it's actually a good thing. Cause I want to see the code that I'm changing, that it's affecting. I think this is bad. Actually, here at least. Apply items, holy moly. Soon is an expert of const adding. Yeah, many of these things actually don't need to exist anymore. Holy, how many do I have? I thought I was done. That's insane. I call this a lot. Think about it, guys. I had to type all of this once. How much stuff you type? Hey. As item? Yeah, no, I know that would be... I know that you get... It's annoying, I understand, but I gotta do it this way. I think we're done now. Finally, we are done. Okay.
Actually, but the game still does not work. Here's some errors. Then over here, this needs to be a char pointer cast. Another char pointer cast. Swap item. This... Does it change the item actually? It does not change it, so this can be const. Okay. And that works too. This one is another one. Char pointer, cast. Hate that, really. So stupid, but okay. Fine. Let's stop complaining. That's fine. Bro. Hello. Okay, so another one here somewhere. Item description, of course. So this will be a char pointer cast again. There we go. 20 more, let's go. Yeah, like every time where I have const... Oh, it's actually here too. Now I need to cast it to a character pointer. Alright, so here's another car pointer. Good stuff. Okay, I can close the baby phone because my wife just... Manual labor is tough, isn't it? Yeah, I know, it sucks, but it's fine. Because now I can see all of the affected areas, and if I have an area where I don't want that to happen, at least I remember. Oh, wait, so where's that? So then this can't be a const, it needs to be a copy. Here too. Are we done soon? Oh, we done! Oh! Oh. Okay. I wonder if this still works. This does all look good, but we are talking about items, right? Let's see if that actually works. That looks good. Okay. An item with a special effect, maybe? That all looks nice. Cool. Okay. This also looks good. Looking nice. Okay, cool. It works, guys. Awesome. Very happy about this. Oh, look, we have an item for this guy. We can give him this. Boom. And we can even give him this. Bloop. I guess it's in the wrong location, lol. Look where the item comes from. What the hell? Okay, so I gotta fix that, lol. Yep. Yeah, that is still like a UI to game thing. But yeah, this is, by the way, for those of you who are wondering, this is the item system I implemented and changed. That is inspired by Teamfight Tactics. So you can basically craft the same item on top of each other and it generates a new item. Alright, so what we were just doing. Let's see if this still all works though. Actually... Oh, I saved it. Damn it.
Bist du bescheuert?
Hä? Was denn?
Ich bin auf dem Boden.
Hey, warum? Du bist doch da! Du bist doch hier im Haus! Ich dachte, du bist bei der! Bro. Really? Yeah, like I turned the baby cam off because my wife was done showering. She told me, can you watch over the baby while I shower? And I'm like, okay, of course. And so then she was done with the shower. I gave my wife food and she was literally like, I'm working here, right? And she's in the living room. And so I think that she has a watch eye over the baby because she's done with her shower, right? She's done. And that's what's originally what she asked me to do. Like, how should I know that she's not looking at it, right? And the camera moved, so I thought that she moved the camera away. Because when the camera moves, usually she puts it away, right? So I turned it off. But apparently that was not her, but the baby. Unfortunately. So yeah. It was a miscommunication. So yeah, kinda sucks. And I hope that Zoe didn't fall down or anything. Nah, I'm a little bit worried that she fell down. I don't know. Hey buddy, good morning. It kinda sucks. It was a miscommunication. Yeah. It didn't take 3 hours, Mr. Collector of Stuff. But yeah, we need to look at Zoe if she actually fell down or not. Because if she did, then yeah. I mean, I'm kind of distracted now. I want to look at Zoe. I want to see if everything is all right. Yeah, I mean, if she fell down or if she has anything that hurts, then we need to go to the doctor immediately. Aren't you a tad bit overprotective? She was on the bed and she can't walk yet, so she could have fallen from the bed on the floor and hit her head, and we might not have heard about. Well, she would have cried, of course, but still. Babies have so... Yeah, I know, but still, if you hit your head, you still need to go to the doctor to see if everything's fine. Did you do a backflip? I don't know, man. Like, listen, man, when you have a baby, you'll understand. Yeah, she was on the floor, but she was sitting there. You know? Go check, man, for sure. Yeah, I think so. No crying? I don't know. Are you sure that's 150 FPS? Looks laggy, right? Yeah, it looks laggy. I don't know if it's 150, to be honest. You can't watch every second? Yeah, that's true, but still. I need to look, guys. Guys, you'll understand when you have your own kid. Let me see. Okay, I'm back. Skiing with an infant strapped to you? What the hell? When I was 1 year old, my father, what? My father built a train track for semi-large remote controller toy trains, put me in one of the wagons and made me drive around wee until I crashed. They hid it from my mother. Mike, thank you very much. Welcome. Thanks. Welcome back. Thank you. Crisis averted. I think it's fine. Yeah, I touched her like on the head, like on the back, and she didn't like cry or anything. I think it's fine. So I think we got lucky. I mean, it also wasn't very long. She wasn't alone for very long, right? So I think it's okay. Man, but it definitely sucks. Was definitely yeah, not the great. Okay, guys, I think for now we should be okay. What does take long? Update level takes long sometimes. This doesn't look like 160 FPS. I agree with you guys. I think it's not. Definitely not. Yeah, you can see the updates. It takes too long. Like one of those updates really brings down the FPS. Long here, update entities. It's still update entities and update heroes for the most part. And update hero look for enemy. I don't know where that is coming from, update heroes. Because update hero itself is very short only. Maybe check with render dog. But how? Where? Maybe it's even wrong. Like, it's so difficult to understand where it comes from, actually. Maybe I do it wrong. Wait, it also... It gives me errors. It actually did not update. There's here ignore in render surface, render get text render interface, font glyphs. Wait, what? Right here it says const char. Oh, I see. So basically this needs to be a const. Can I even do that? I can't. I hate this, you know. Const is dumb. That's the first one. And then split words. But, huh? Okay. And now the schnitzel has been modified. Okay. So basically building the precompiled header again. Can we make another round with a sample and profiler? Very sleepy, very basic. Maybe something more mature like a superliminal profiler? Why not just Visual Studio's built-in profiler? Get text with. Wait, there's one more. Fine. Anything else? We good now? Okay. Good. Let's go back. Stop saying const is dumb. It's a very concept, and there are reasons why Zig and Rust took it and made const default. Listen, I can maybe understand it even, but I just hate it. I really do. I hate it. Because it just requires additional work that should not be there right now. But again, listen, you can completely disagree. I just don't like the work associated with just replacing something that is const. It is really annoying. And since I'm changing my program all the time, why the hell do I need to do that much work just to change something to a pointer? It's annoying. It feels laggy. Let's see. So this is the latest one. Can we do anything about it here actually? Update heroes, update enemies, update level. Almost split between the two. Update entities is 13, yeah, so that's spent. And then long here, what is that again? Update collision boxes. Not sure why we would need that, but let's get rid of that. Update and draw active abilities. Let's not do that. It's gotta be update projectiles, actually. Where is update projectiles? Can you see it, guys? Update. Oh, it's update projectiles. That's what takes long. Okay. Alright, so if we change update projectiles, it should be much faster. And then I don't know why update heroes and update enemies is so large. Not sure what is in there. Average is high, but you mostly get nasty spikes. Yeah, I think I do, Kapushman. The 1% lows are probably awful, yeah. But I don't know how to do that. Really don't. I don't know. How do you have 120 FPS and update entities takes 13 milliseconds? Because I only update it 20 times per second. Use median instead of the average. You just need to optimize the part of the code that causes the spikes. So yeah, need to find that first though. Maybe it's this here, init hero of type. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's this. Update hero takes longer than update enemies. But what of part of update hero is it? Animate. It's not animate. If we look at update hero, it's 0.14. We need to find out what of 0.14 is causing this. Maybe if delta time is greater, look for enemy to attack and use abilities on. If we have an activated ability, swing progress. If we don't have a target, if we have a target, switch to idle when not attacking. I mean, we can do this here. Maybe that works better. In one of my projects for FPS timing, I did draw screen update elapsed MS. Maybe you could have a triggered breakdown when the time gets over some threshold for update entities, Cakez. Guys, I'm not muted. Stop saying that. That is not correct. Okay, we'll do that here. And I mean, that's everything. So, like, we only have
we can do this, right? We can build a local scope here. Call measure scope. Animate hero. Then get rid of that. We figure that out. Maybe this. Stats. Update hero stats. Maybe that. Let's see. Okay, do it one more time. Animate hero. Do I need to look at the spikes, guys? Sometimes update hero takes like 5. It's crazy. Let's see what we have. So let's see, update hero. Oh, the spike is this a 0.9. Look for enemy takes 0.17. So this one here. Max spike would make sense here. So this takes 2 milliseconds. 2.75. This is where the spike comes from here. I guess it's this one here. Because animating the hero is nothing. It's gotta be this then. And then obviously update projectiles is big. And so if this is what... But what takes so long here? So update hero stats is nothing. Animate hero is also nothing. Then looking for an enemy to attack? Really? Looks for all of the get ability duration. Look for target ability in queue if. It's just an if check here. So it doesn't always run. Continue. Can ability be... I don't know where this comes from. I don't have abilities, I think. On these... Wait, we don't have abilities, so this never happens. It is actually... Eh? Ah, here. Look for target, check abilities first. We don't have an ability. Normal attacks, here. Let's do... What's this? In... Yeah. But this doesn't happen all the time. It just happens sometimes. So the timing here will be wrong. Making copies of the ability struct. You sure? I don't think I do. Where? Here? These are pointers. I don't... Where do you see the copies? Maybe we could also look at the spikes in the other software. I don't see where I do. When you pass it. Be right before? Here? No, this is a reference. I don't copy that. And then get ability duration is also a reference. No, the other call? Which other call you mean, bro? Here? This is, we don't have abilities. Which other call you mean, bro? You sure? Also. Search ability. The value of ability, you say. Here. Wait. So this creates a copy.
This creates a copy. This little thing. Wow, okay. I get it. Okay. That's some bullcrap here too. Really? That's some bullshit. If I've ever seen one. What? Holy. Thank you, man. Wait, I do that all the time. Holy. What? That's not good. Do I have this here somewhere else? Try this, Cakez. Tracy? I'll look at it off stream. I don't have enough time to look at that in depth right now. I've seen that before, the Tracy. Yeah, I'll take a look at this. So you guys want me to try out Tracy tomorrow? I'll try to set it up so that we can use it tomorrow. Your array add function makes unnecessary copies? No, like I don't think it does, right? Does it? Really? But so you mean I should do a reference here for the element? This should be a reference? But what does that add in here then? Is that then creating a copy? So you mean this is 2 copies without the reference? Aha, okay, so basically like that. Interesting. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, that's crazy. How should you know that? What the hell? Bruh. Tracy is an easy way to include, and you can just place the Tracy macros inside the profiling macros you already have. Oh, so wait, Tracy is profiling just like I do, yeah? Okay, I'll try it out then. But does Tracy understand, like, when I call something in a loop multiple times? Is Tracy that smart? Okay, what? I just lost traction. Like, did we do something differently or not? Are we doing something differently now? Something? Or what's going on here? Is the performance increasing? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, Tracy's very smart. Okay, we'll try out Tracy tomorrow then. Fine. If you're saying it's easy to understand. Yeah, update level still takes the most amount of time, and looking for enemy is still 2 milliseconds, which doesn't work because update hero takes 0.14 milliseconds. So this is basically a gazillion times more, which I don't know how that can happen. Doesn't make any sense. Seems way higher than before. Was it 3x before? I don't know, to be honest, how the performance was before. But I'm kind of distracted, guys. I wanted to go on longer, but I need to... I'm a little bit under shock, let's say that, because of Zoe. And so my mind is not here. I need to look at Zoe and see if everything's alright. I just, otherwise I can't concentrate. I'm sorry, guys. I need to leave you. I'm sorry. I need to leave. I need to look and see if everything's alright. And argue with my wife.
No, it was your fault. It was your fault. No, it was you. I hate you.
Thank you for streaming, Cakez. Hope you guys have a good day. Yeah, thank you very much for joining, you guys. And I'll try to look at Tracy, so the setup tomorrow won't take as long. And yeah, maybe Tracy can give us some more insights than this. I don't know how else, how it's working. We'll see. But yeah, I want to make sure that the game runs well, and then we can log in, write the design, and start designing the rest of the maps. I think the first map is already great. Turned out very well compared to before, where we had this, right? So it's a huge improvement. I'm very happy about this. I think we have something here. Tracy does docs inside the PDF that it comes with. Okay, good to know. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining, okay? Have a great day. Tracy not gonna like your hot reload, I guess. We'll see. See you tomorrow, guys. Have a great day. Peace. Bye-bye.